everybody. Welcome back to the Gentleman's Bureau podcast. If you haven't seen any of our other videos, then it's not welcome back, it's welcome. And today, we have a wonderful guest in store for you, Max Boes. He's coming from, I want to say Chicago.
Dude, you can call it Chicago. It's DeKalb, but
Oh, yeah, okay. So northern Illinois-ish area. And, well, as always, we have Jedediah Barnes in Wisconsin, slaying down cheese wheels like it ain't no thing, and taking as much sausage to the mouth before he gets out of Germany, Lane Miller.
You know, actually, I heard a funny statistic. Cheese is the most stolen, or like food. So airports will confiscate more cheese than anything else, as contraband, and cheese is the most stolen food thing ever, I guess.
Really?
Is that what the dogs are for? Cheese dogs.
Yeah. Cheese dogs. They're for contraband in general, but yeah. They find the cheese, man.
Do you have any soil from cheese from overseas that you like to report?
No.
I hated that, dude. Every time I go back home, it's always you get these sheets that you got to fill out on the plane, right before you land too. They don't give you any time to fill it. They're like, "All right, we're landing in 1 minute, and we're gonna pass out these forms. That's gonna take another 30 seconds, and then you're gonna fill these forms out. That'll take 5 minutes, and then you just you turn those in when you get in, and it's always stupid questions like." Did you touch any cattle before you boarded the plane in the last 3 hours? What?
Right.
It's ridiculous questions. Do you have any soil on your shoes? I don't know. Probably. I don't know.
Hey, I had to bring 300 pounds of soil back from Europe last summer. That was a fun one.
Yeah. So
I did not have a permit.
So Max is kind of my guest this episode. I've known him for a good 10 plus years, right? Probably 15 years, to be honest.
We met in church. We were star-crossed.
We met actually. Well, I guess you could call it church. There was a church camp. What was that? Wesley.
Camp Reynoldswood.
Reynoldswood.
Well, yeah, that was the Dixon one.
The Dixon one, yeah. And
I remember that kid from Crystal Lake.
Kyle. Crystal Lake, yeah. Yeah, I remember him too. He was the binding force between us. But so yeah, I've known him for a good long time. He's the one who introduced me into guitar and my love for many music. Many music, I say.
Many musics, yes.
Many musics. He introduced me to a lot of different music too.
Shoutouts to my dad.
Oh yeah, and his dad too. May he rest in peace.
Yeah. Right.
So Max has been with me for a long time. We've jammed. We've been to many concerts. We went to the summer camp. That was fucking awesome.
Dude, that was dope.
Taco Bell runs, late night movies. The movie Donnie Darko, actually, that I made you two watch. I didn't really make you, but Max was the one who introduced me to that. So.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
You're welcome. I make a lot of people watch that movie. It's fucking good.
I had a weird day after I watched that movie.
Right?
It was a good day.
Is it even real?
Yeah. So Max, how have you been? What's going on in your life?
I've been good. Right now, I'm getting my master's degree in geology. I study climate science, so that's pretty cool. It's funny, I don't really look at rocks anymore, but I don't know. Yeah, I guess it's cool. Huh. So I guess I don't know, to give you a little bit of extra information on that, because I guess climate's kind of broad, right? I study it's called the Holocene. That's the last 15,000 years of the time since the last glaciation, right? And so what we think has been going on is okay, it was getting warmer and warmer, and the glaciers were melting, and then all of a sudden it started to cool off again, and all of that stuff is basically controlled by sunlight. And then greenhouse gas effect, people come around, and there's some debate about when it started warming, and then all of a sudden hey, this shouldn't be happening. So that's kind of the period of time I look at, and
nice.
I think about for me it's all about thinking about how do we keep people healthy and safe, at a global scale, because people in the equator and stuff like that, it's getting really freaking hot, and eventually we're gonna have issues growing crops and stuff like that. So that's the shit I trip about.
that's important, man. I'm glad that there's somebody out there like you doing that because I know you, and that brings me a little relief that you're out there doing this shit because Max don't take shit from anybody.
No, I try not to.
And are you getting any pushback from academia at all? Because a lot of people are getting, if they don't go against, or if they go against the, like, have you found anything that you brought up and they were like, well, let's not talk about that, or let's.
Oh yeah, dude.
Really?
I mean, I guess the way I think about it is I like to push on academia. There's a big one. Everybody loves to talk to me about this. There's this period of time called Snowball Earth, and so this is like 1 billion years ago, where people basically, if you look at all the land deposits, it's all glacier rocks over the entire continents, everywhere, And so people think the whole Earth was covered in like ice for that period of time, and I'm like, no way, that's insane. Why? Because there's no ocean crust from that age. Ocean crust gets recycled, subduction, volcano, so on and so forth. So the oldest ocean crust is like 700 million years old or something. It's in the Mediterranean Sea, which is not nearly as old as that stuff. So I'm just like, well, if you got no proof, then why say it was this crazy snowball Earth when you could just say I don't know, there's glaciers on land. So that's one thing I like to, I don't know, just dig my heels in on for no real reason other than to start a discussion with people. It's good to have talking points,
Yeah, for sure, man. Wow. So I actually didn't know last time I checked in with you, and I was actually genuinely concerned about you, because you had said you were getting in a fight with a Russian. Because you were, I thought you were in Russia. Okay, but you were actually in.
I was in Estonia.
Estonia, and that is it's damn near that's close, right?
Yeah, it's just to the east of Russia. So it's like if Estonia is here, Russia's over here, and then the Baltic Sea is here. So if you go up north, that's Finland, and then if you go over there, that's Sweden. Denmark's over here, and then Latvia and Lithuania are down there. So there's countries all around.
Okay.
The last time I heard about Estonia was on BANDCAMP.
Wait, what did BANDCAMP do in Estonia?
He was with the Dudesons, and they went to some concert or a wedding in Estonia in some monster truck limo. It was ridiculous. Yeah, it was a concert. Yeah, with guar and shit.
Yes. Dude, Rammstein was there when I was there, but I didn't get to go.
Oh, shit.
I know, right?
Max, you were.
What's up?
Why I was concerned is because you said you were gonna get in a fight, or you almost had a fight with a Russian. I was like, oh no.
Yeah.
What's the story behind that?
Okay, so I was checking out at this convenience store. And there was this Russian dude in front of me, and at this point I'd been there for maybe a week and a half or so, so I was kind of getting the lay of the land, how the culture and stuff works, and just how to communicate and work with people, because I'd never been to Europe before at all. I'd never been out of the United States, and that's definitely an adjustment period. At least it was for me. Anyhow, so I'm checking out at this convenience store, and there's this Russian dude. I could tell he was Russian, just basically because he was speaking Russian. It doesn't quite sound like Estonian; it's a little more. But so he's bumping around in a line, throwing his shit on the counter, and just being kind of a nuisance. And then he starts bumping into the two ladies I'm with, and saying shit to him, and touching them and shit. And I'm I gotta step in. And so I just wedge myself in front of the two ladies, and he says something to me, and I just go, "Sorry, dude," in English. And then the lady at the cash register is banging on the shit. She's just yelling at him. There's a dude standing over in the corner. This guy's just causing this scene because, well, I don't know. He's just a drunk Russian dude. Yeah, it's funny. The malt liquor cans, it's a big liter thing of malt liquor. There's no 40s because it's a metric system. However, it does say diesel across the thing. It's yeah, that's what we're drinking tonight. Diesel.
Diesel, baby.
Estonian beer is pretty much fucking tasteless. But that's okay, because you can get shit from Belgium, shit from Germany, and that's the good stuff. So,
Prague's got some badass beer.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Are we gonna talk about time dilation this time?
Ooh.
Yeah. I have that at the bottom. Jed, space talk. That's what I have for you,
All right,
Jed.
cool.
So,
Space.
Yo,
that's all I
space
got
is
out of
tight.
it. So,
Yo,
dude,
there's
Max.
just so much of it.
There's so much nothing out there when you really think about it.
There is. What are we?
Well,
Well, we're
there
just
is and there
atoms.
isn't. There's a lot of nothing, but inside of that nothing is a lot of stuff.
And inside of that stuff is also a lot of nothing.
Which is crazy, yeah. Like you're like, as people, we're 99% nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Like the space between our atoms takes up more space than the atoms.
What's that thing in physics where there's like, there's like an infinitely small possibility that if I like put my hands together, they would just pass through each other because that's
That's
mostly
that's
space.
string theory. That's string theory. That at some point, if you did it enough times, eventually you'd all the atoms would line up and you'd be able to go whoop. And then the problem would be that you'd be stuck like that until the perfect timing of you being able to go back.
One time I fucked somebody so hard we just phased through each other.
Hey man, that sounds like Nirvana. Did you climax at the same time?
Something like that.
Something like that.
We became one.
Oh, there you go. You absorbed them into your own.
So, Max,
I
I have an interesting question for you. Actually, it's more of like an inquiry. Have you heard of the John Anthony West, the theory of the Younger Dryas with Randall Carlson and like all these people who are saying that if you look at the weathering on the Sphinx and everything, that it's actually water. It's not. It's eroded by water, and it's not. What academia has said it to be. Like the books have said it to be. Have you looked into that at all with that at all, or?
Okay, so the Younger Dryas is definitely I know about the Younger Dryas. The Younger Dryas is like a period of climate cooling because like when glaciers melt because shit gets warmer, like all that water is still cold. And so when that shit gets into the oceans, it really fucks shit up because like water holds a lot of heat energy in it anyways. And so like when water starts circulating around the planet, that distributes heat all over the place. Like, sunlight comes in at the equator, but it's the ocean currents that draw shit to the north and south poles. What I think is the craziest shit is the people that are like, oh yeah, like the Younger Dryas was caused by an impact crater. It had nothing to do with, the meltwater and stuff like that. And it's like, what are you talking about? There's this guy, Wally Broker, who's now dead. And my master's advisor is not a big fan of him. But anyhow, he had this, basically his point is like, well, like if it was an impact crater, like how do you explain the Younger Dryas from the last glaciation before that and the last glaciation before that? Because like you can see it, all these cyclical patterns, right? What happens is the shit gets cold, and getting cold's like pretty stable. And then getting warm is like shit warm, and then like something crazy happens with water, and then it gets cold again, and then it like goes back and forth. So like, I don't know. There's some thinking for you.
Yeah. Okay.
As far as the Sphinx and stuff, like weather patterns and stuff like that are always changing. Like,
right.
The Sahara Desert kind of like it goes between phases of like strong monsoons, right, where there's like a lot of water being transported onto the continent, and then like the forest from the southern part kind of like migrates up, and then it'll dry out again, and it'll go back to being a desert and stuff like that. At least that's what we think happened, right? Because it's tough to be a geologist because you can't really do an experiment because you're not going to be alive to see the end of it. So you kind of just got to like look at rocks and try to figure out how the fuck they happened.
Right. Yeah, their theory was, John Anthony West, his theory was that it was water that was eroding on the Sphinx, and that the Sphinx had been built 12,000 years before they even these people in academia are saying. Mm-hmm. And he went out to the sites and proved it, and Graham Hancock went out. He's been proving it ever since, and recently, I've been watching it on the Joe Rogan because he's had them on a lot, mm-hmm. and they go through it. I didn't know if you had looked at those podcasts or even had any knowledge of Randall Carlson's work with the Younger Dryas or anything. Have you even heard of him or anything really in that matter?
Dude, I haven't been listening to Joe Rogan for a little while now. Gotta get back on it. Just good shit. You know?
Dude, I
Didn't he interview
suggest
Alex Jones recently?
Yeah, yeah, he had him on for the it was previous to, it was like a few days before the election day, whatever
Dude,
thing.
sounds like a good shit show. You know?
Oh yeah, no, it was just
That's what I
fact-checking,
love about
fact-checking.
Joe. You know, it's like Joe just like gets into it. He's like, no, let's go there. Let's talk about all the stuff that people like want to dance around with these guys because like, fuck, give them a chance to speak. You know?
Right.
Yeah, I've not been like I haven't been watching a lot of Joe Rogan. I watched Elon Musk's too, and then one of the Neil deGrasse Tyson ones because those like guys that I'm really interested in hearing what they have to say. But I've been watching a lot of snippets. Like people like they take clips out, like 11-minute clips here, 12-minute clips there, 5-minute clip here, and I saw two different opinions from Jamie Foxx and from Robert Downey Jr. about Tropic Thunder. Where Robert Downey Jr. did blackface for pretty much the entire movie, and it was really interesting to hear them talk about how that kind of came about, because the whole movie kind of pokes fun at actors, going too far or feeling entitled, like Jack Black, he plays a character that's like, he got big on farting and then he did a bunch of cocaine and went downhill, which is not true for Jack Black. He's a much better person than that. He's got a fucking YouTube channel with games, like he's one of the bros. He did the Pick of Destiny. Like, how could this man go wrong? But like it was cool seeing like Jamie Foxx being like, yeah, most of us were like, that shit's hilarious. And then Jim was like, luckily for me, most of the blame got put on the director for Simple Jack. And I'm like,
Simple Jack, dude, that was so funny.
So Jed's trying to justify this because he wore blackface in a play one time.
Yeah, he always keeps bringing it up, just trying to
in a
say
play,
sorry in some kind of
in a play.
way.
It was a double. It was in a play. Okay, come on.
It was
To
a
be
play
historically accurate.
I think it's interesting that
was a dude
it's
playing
specifically
another dude.
blackface. You never hear about like, people putting like color paint on their face to like look Indian or
Right.
Chinese or something.
No, some Canadian just got in trouble for trying to be like Saudi. Like he did brown face to be Saudi, and he got like a mad trouble. But no, what's funny was
Justin Trudeau.
Trudeau did Indian
Hey, I still want to see those
Yeah,
nipples, man. I
exactly.
still want to see those nipples. Anyway, but no, it was funny because they mentioned that like right after Tropic Thunder, White Chicks came out. Who got upset about White Chicks?
was that
Fucking
after?
nobody. Yeah.
That came out after Tropic Thunder.
I'll double check. I'll double check. They said after, and I just went with it.
Dude, no fucking way, man. White Chicks was
But
old.
either way, whether it was after or before, yeah, nobody cares.
Oh yeah, so White Chicks was 4 years before, but like nobody gave a shit. It
Yeah.
was fucking hilarious. It was a great movie, and nobody loved it.
Yeah, no one cared.
Which is kind of what happened with Tropic Thunder. Like the general populace was like, "That's funny as shit."
Dude, I never looked. Here's the thing, man. They don't make you aware of this shit because number one, it doesn't fucking matter in a non-racist head or something. I don't know how to say that, but like to someone who doesn't look at shit like that, it doesn't fucking matter. What's funny is funny, okay?
Yeah.
Like that's all that matters. And like when you start to dissect all this shit and bring it to light, then it's like then you're the bad guy.
Yep.
It's like, "Oh, you thought that was funny? So you think that you can do that?" Like it's like, "Yeah, it was funny." Like I'm not thinking, my head's not in the gutter like yours. Like I'm not thinking of appropriation, like proper way to look at things.
Right? Like it's your guilty conscience that's making you think about this. My conscience is clear. Like that's why I'm not worried about it. Yeah, I get that.
You guys remember
was it also because his blackface was pretty damn good. It wasn't like shoe polish and like bright red lips or anything like that. It was like that he passed as a black man. He could have went out in the streets and been like, I don't know, fucking hanging out in the black neighborhood. Nobody ever realized it was Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah, right. Talk about going
that was pretty
incognito.
Or what's the Dave Chappelle where he dresses up like a white guy and just says a bunch of white shit?
That's hilarious.
Like, right? I don't know.
Oh, you're talking
he's
about
like
the
anchor.
Yeah, he's like a
Plays
news
an
anchor.
or or the racial draft, which is fucking. Oh my god, that is so funny.
Don't
the
Chinese
Asian
people end up with the
delegation.
Wu-Tang Clan?
The RZA,
Clayton Bigsby.
the entire
Clayton
Wu-Tang Clan.
Clayton fucking Bigsby.
All right, Jed just informed us he has a date tonight.
Wow, mark the
Good old
calendar.
Jedediah Barnes with the ladies or fellas. What are we doing
Or
here,
fellas?
Jed?
I don't know.
Both.
You know what's
don't
funny
judge.
about that is actually what's really funny about that is it's definitely a female. But
That is funny.
Back-
I would have
no, no,
never
no.
guessed.
God damn it.
Is she also 32?
no, she's only 30. But anyway,
Okay.
back in the day, before when I was still in like junior high, my brother would hang out with some of our cousins in Kiwani, which is I fucking hate Kiwani. But like he would hang out with these cousins and like he was talking to this one cousin of ours, Kim, who'd only seen me maybe once or twice before I was like even of dating age. And they're hanging out one time and she's like, I love the kid, but I think he's gay. And I'm like, first of all, you don't know jack shit about me. Secondly, just because I like acting and I'm like, somewhat more effeminate than my family, doesn't mean shit. I'm a very straight man.
I feel like
But yeah,
girls
no,
can
it's
tell.
definitely a girl.
I feel like
You can
girls
be
can tell a
whatever you
lot
want,
better
Jed.
than guys.
I don't know. I like to think I have pretty good gaydar.
Oh my god.
I usually just operate under the assumption that if there's a woman around, she's probably smarter than me. Mhm.
You
So where are you
drop-
taking
Women
her?
tend to like that a lot. I know.
Oh yeah.
Where am I taking her? We're still trying to decide between a bar and grill and Mexican, but we're definitely gonna go for a walk and get some tea afterwards.
Ooh, that's sweet.
How's
That's
the,
a bar and grill thing, I think, buddy.
How's the
What's
yeah?
that?
I'd go for the bar and grill, but how's the do you know what the standards are like for like you gotta wear a mask and shit like that or no? Like what's going
Yeah,
on
you
with
wear a
that?
mask until you get seated.
Yeah, that's about how it is here. Yeah.
You know what's
And once
going
you're
on in
seated-
Illinois right now? So here in DeKalb, it's like illegal to dine in at any restaurant at all right now per the governor's orders. Okay, and so what local businesses have been doing is rezoning their business as a banquet hall because it's not a restaurant, but you can still eat there.
Nice.
It's like
That's pretty funny.
that's capitalism.
That's awesome. That's capitalism.
That's totes.
Working around the system.
Yeah.
Oh my lord, dude. That's funny.
Crap.
And it's like I don't blame people for trying to like make some money when they don't have as much business as they normally do. Like,
Yeah,
you
man,
gotta feed
like-
your kids too.
How are you gonna stop people from working and not give them stimulus? That is the number one question on my fucking mind right now. It's like you're surprised when people go into forbearance or when people foreclose on their homes. You're surprised when people can't pay their bills. It's like, what's going on? Like, what do you think's going on? Like,
Yeah.
it just blows
Yeah, that
my
is-
mind.
That is probably the one nice thing about my job is I've had like zero work loss. In fact,
I'm
I've
glad.
gotten more work. In fact, for like the whole month of May, they gave us an extra $2 an hour just to come in during COVID times.
Well,
And
that
it was
makes
like,
sense too.
Yeah,
Amazon, you're an Amazon employee. We're
We're huge,
More
and, like-
people are. I'm not gonna go out to the store and buy shit. I can just get it on Amazon. Even people
Yep.
that used to not be that way
Mhm.
are now going to that way because they don't want to deal with driving in the car
It's
and,
easier.
and wearing your mask in the store and wasting time and shit. It's like we're just moving more and more towards this society where everything is instant.
But yeah, so at the
Very
new
nice.
facility, right? They've been building this site for 2+ years, and they didn't bring the Tom team. I'm working like transportation for Mike that doesn't know. I'm working transportation, so they didn't bring us on until like a month and a half, 2 months ago. And we get there, and they're like, yeah, so the yard has 382 slips for trailers, and we're like, that's awesome. That's a lot of spots. And then we start walking around, and we're like, oh, they have double up slips. So they have like trailer, and then right behind it another trailer. That's terrible. Because we can't get to those back trailers when there's stuff in the front row. That's stupid as fuck. And then they also have back-to-backs, which sounds good. Doesn't sound like it's a problem, but you got to remember that most drivers don't give a shit. They keep their tandems all the way forward for easier turning, which means they're going to hit each other's backs like no problem all the time, which is going to cause more damages, which means we can't use those trailers, which means we're at reduced capacity, and it's bullshit. And I really hate that they didn't think to bring like, hey, these are the people that know the yard. They've been working in yards forever. That's like their thing. Why don't we bring them into the design process? They didn't even think about it. And that's
Sounds like Jed should
communication.
be promoted to
Communication at
manager.
Amazon's like Well, it's not even that. Like it was beyond my managers. Like whoever so when they launch a new building, they form a team. They grab a couple operations managers, a couple area managers. And they're like, okay, you guys are gonna be like the launch team. You gotta get this place like organized and set up. They just didn't grab anybody from Tom at all. So it's a failure on like a corporate scale. So Jeff, it's your fault.
Jeff, you heard it first.
Jeff.
Oh,
Fucking Jeff, dude.
I'm
It's
gonna
always
get an email.
Jeff,
I'm gonna
right?
come into work on
Just
fucking
called him out.
Saturday and have an email from Jeff like, "How dare you call me out in your podcast? You're fired." I'm like, "No, Jeff, please."
Yo, we should post an Amazon affiliate link down in the doobly-doo. Yeah. Thanks, Jeffy.
Thanks, Jeff.
We should get sponsored by Amazon just because I
Right.
always talk about it.
Well, I think you already are sponsored by Amazon.
I am personally. I'm sponsored by Amazon. Yeah.
Nice.
This whole apartment sponsored by Amazon.
Dude, Amazon bought this house.
This coffee sponsored by Amazon. Not the cup though. The cup was a gift from my aunt, who actually has COVID right now. So Marley, get well soon, please. I'm worried about you.
Get well, please.
Do you ever come home from working at Amazon with a package at your front doorstep from Amazon, and you're like,
What's really
I could
stupid
have just
is
grabbed it?
yeah, like no shit. So I used to work before I transferred to MKE2 in Oak Creek. I was at MKE5 in Kenosha, which is a sort center. So they have full packages that they organize by zip code. So like there's been times where I've been in the warehouse holding my package and be like, "Can I take this home?" They're like, "Nope." I'm like, "But it's my name."
Save you money.
And I'll like pull out my license. I'll be like, "See, the addresses and the names match. This is my package." They're like, "We understand that." But then if you say that you didn't get it, it'll look on the system as if it never left our warehouse, and we'll have to give you a new one. And I was like, "Ooh, so you should let me take it then."
Because you just
Yeah.
weren't at the processing center, right? Because you couldn't do it yourself right there, you know?
Well, no, because everything's with Amazon, everything's tracked. Like if you guys
Right.
know that, you can always find
know
out where your
that.
package is. So if I just took it out of the warehouse, in the system virtually, that package would still be at the warehouse.
Right.
It would
that's
have
what
never
I'm
gotten
saying.
scanned to a delivery truck. It wouldn't ever. Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine driving an Amazon delivery truck to your own house and getting paid to deliver your own package.
And then you just stop in, you unlock the door, you get a cup of coffee, you throw it out of the fridge or whatever, and you get back in the truck and keep delivering. Yeah, it's kinda cool.
Doesn't
Roll a
Amazon
quick doobie,
doesn't Amazon get money from the government per package or something? Jed, you would know this. They get paid or maybe it's a tax break. They make money off of the tax break because they get every package that they deliver, Amazon delivers for I think free or whatever. That's why you see so many deliver for free. They get 99 cents from the government or something, or some tax break like that. I don't know, but and I didn't know if you knew that, Jed.
I don't know about that. That would be more of a corporate question. I'm not in corporate yet. Working on my way.
Yeah.
there.
I like that response.
I'm not quite corporate yet, but
Jed, yeah, so I'm gonna need those done by the end of the day.
Gonna need those TPS reports.
Yeah, you're gonna have to come in Saturday.
Yeah. Saturday, Jed. From
Yo,
Jeff.
if you want to get there, just have sex with Lumberg. It's that easy.
with who?
Lumberg. That's the boss's name, isn't it? Lumberg.
Yeah, Office Space.
But then it's a different Lumberg.
Oh.
Lumber.
But no, actually, I do have a conspiracy theory about Amazon. I'll tell you guys about it. All right, so this conspiracy theory, it's not a huge, global Illuminati shit. It's more local, my team kind of thing. So my boss is a team lead for 4.5 days. His boss is the site lead, right? But his boss, Matt, he is a district lead.
He is just
So we
calling
take-
people out. Jeff, Matt, Jesus
Amazon
Christ, I gotta write this down.
Right? Well, it's important. So he's a district lead, so he takes care of all the sites in this part of the Midwest. Well, he kind of looks like Jeff Bezos. So I did some digging, found out when his birthday was, which was interesting because it led me to his bodybuilding profile on Fox News, which was interesting to find. You don't expect to see your boss's boss in a Speedo. It was very surprising. Anyway, so I found out that the date of Matt's birthday lines up with right around when Jeff would be about, early 20s to mid 20s. So it lines up, and they're both bald, and they look kind of alike. And I'm like, that could be Jeff's son.
Okay, but you
could
said
be.
that about Trudeau, motherfucker. Last podcast, you said that about Trudeau and
Fidel Castro.
Fidel Castro. You
Yeah.
just, man, you're stretching at this point. I mean,
You're saying
hey, I don't know
everybody's
them.
just
I don't
Dude,
know
out
that,
there
but
putting illegitimate kids everywhere.
Hey man, people like to fuck. That's all I'm saying. People like to
Jed
fuck.
thinks
And with Fidel,
Rock
you know, Fidel hung out with Trudeau's parents. There's evidence of that. There's evidence that Fidel and his parents hung out. So
that is a
his
bit,
mom and Castro knew each other, and that's evidence.
Hey.
I want to see his nipples. Justin Trudeau, show
I'm
me the
not
nipples.
dismissing it. I'm just saying, lay off the weed. All right.
Hey, I don't smoke
You're
anymore.
coming to a
I
lot
gotta
of
work.
conclusions. Okay.
I don't smoke anymore. I just vape now.
Okay, Jed.
Is the fact that Jeff Epstein and Jeff Bezos are both named Jeff a coincidence or not?
Yeah, that one's definitely a coincidence.
Oh, that was a coincidence? Okay, sorry.
I think Jeff
Sorry.
is like the third most common boy name in America.
Yo, what the fuck's going
You
on?
know, my friend Jeff is also named Jeff.
Holy shit!
He's also a Jeff.
What's going on?
You know,
with
I know a
Also
guy
in
named
jail,
Jeff.
is that what you said?
Shit.
No, I said he's also a Jeff. I don't think he's.
Oh.
I gotta call my buddy now. No, I'm kidding.
Oh shit.
Anybody know what's going on with that Epstein case?
No, yeah, I'll take that. I'll take a look at that.
It's kind of hard to punish him seeing as he's dead.
Well, while you're looking at that, Jed, Max, have you made any new musical productions aside from the
My recent EP album release thing called
Yeah.
Gone Are the Days of Yore, BANDCAMP/Maxwell Boes. It's decent. I mean, like, no, I'm kind of just always working on music projects and stuff. Like, you know, what sucks is, like, I'm just making the music that I can make. Like, I got bigger plans in my head, like, get my band together, and then, like, you know,
Get in the
and
band.
when I don't have to do all of the stuff, when I don't have to play the guitars and do the singing, play the bass and all that stuff, my shit's gonna sound a lot better. But the problem is that I'm just plain old not that good. So I can't do all of that stuff.
That's
It'd be way
lies.
easier to learn one part than it is to learn like 5 parts. You know what I'm saying? Or like come up with them and shit.
Right. You need
So-
some delegation going on. Like you can delegate it to another bass player. Hey, go do this. Hey, come up with this drum player.
I've got some songs in the works though that are like ready. Got some buddies like trying to put it all together and get it organized. But it's so freaking hard to start a band, dude. At least maybe it's just hard for me. But like
Well, it's
I
a
got
lot
a drummer.
easier.
Got a drummer, so that's good. But he wants to play bass. I kind of want him to play bass. So gotta find another drummer.
I feel like every drummer plays, or every bassist can play the drums.
Well, it's all about the rhythm.
Right. It's like every one I run into, I'm like, shit, we need a drummer. And then he'll be like, well, let me just play my part real quick, and then I'll hop on the drums, and then we'll get it together. I'm like, perfect. But what are we gonna do when a live set, or when we need to do a live set? You know, like fuck.
Mhm.
But yeah, I think it's a little harder to start a band when you're our age. Well, maybe not our age, maybe 30 and 40 and shit. But like when
Right.
you know, as you age, it's like more responsibility, more adult shit. Makes it hard.
Mhm.
Everybody's got schedules conflicting. You know.
But like, isn't the sad thing about it that like, at least in my case, all of that extra responsibility and stuff is totally self-imposed. Like it stresses me out, makes me tired and stuff, but I do it anyway because like, I don't know, I'm just doing stuff I like to do. So
Right.
maybe it's not the worst thing in the world.
keep on keeping on.
And like, you know, there's definitely a time in my life where I was like, oh, I hate going to school for science and I wish I could study music and stuff. But like, you know, I feel like at this point I've had enough years where I can just kind of like chip away at my projects a little bit at a time, you know. I've got some songs in my back pocket for finally when I get that band together, you know.
Right.
Mhm. Y'all ain't ready.
I do like your EP that you released. Lane
Thanks
made
for
sure
checking
to
it
send
out.
it to all of us. The first track,
Molag, the MILF Melter.
yes, that was awesome.
Yeah, well, like I had this like guitar riff, and I like this was like during quarantine, and I just kind of like would wake up and be like, okay, laser focus, I'm gonna write a song today. So like that day, I was just like, I'm just gonna do some like dumb power chords and drop D or whatever. I'm just like, And I had like 2 or 3 ideas, and I was like, that's good, that's good. And then like I popped on Facebook, and like people were talking about full circle. My friend Jeff. Coincidence? I think so. He was talking about like his D&D character or something. And he was like, "Yeah, boy, that milk melter." I'm like, "This is the lowest hanging fruit. I'm just gonna write a song about it real quick, and it can just literally be about anything at this point." Yeah, but like, yeah, just pretty much record shit in my bedroom. You know, I consider myself mostly a guitar player. I like to play rhythm. Which people are always like, well, like, I think you could play leads if you wanted, like, you're good enough. I'm like, well, like, that's, it's not really about being good enough to play guitar solo. It's just about what I like to do. I just like hit shit with my hands. I got a dumb fucking guitar player brain.
So
I liked your rendition of Perquade.
The Pequod. I think I misspelled it. Oops.
Yeah. Well, dude, it was beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah. Wait now. You've already put it out to the world. You can't take it back. It's ours. It's ours.
It's ours. It belongs to the people now. It's out of my hand. But like, that's kind of like the most liberating thing about it, is being like, when you can spend infinity hours working on music and stuff, and just like be waiting for the moment when it's good enough to give it to other people. It certainly makes you a little bit vulnerable if people think your stuff sucks. And like, if you think my stuff sucks, tell me, because I don't get anything out of like, oh, dumb niceties or whatever.
Exactly.
It's just my attitude about it. Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah, it's like, hey, I'll tell people like, hey, check out the podcast, and they'll be like, it's good, and I'm like, that's fucking it. That's fucking it. Like, thank you, but could you talk to me? Don't just put a like on my video, comment. Like, what was good? What did we do right? What do you want to hear?
Right. And like, I think for me, the biggest hurdle I'm trying to figure out how to overcome is to like how to just direct traffic to my brand and my stuff.
Yeah.
Everybody's dealing with that. Trust me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But like, this is a pretty good opportunity to come in here, promote myself a little bit. Thanks for the opportunity to do so, my ladies.
Yeah, man, you're welcome.
Anytime.
None of you are ladies, I don't think. I don't know why I said that.
So, update on Ghislaine Maxwell. 2 of the people that were accusing Jeffrey Epstein of sexual abuse dropped their charges. They think money's involved, of course. They're still planning on a July trial. New evidence is being released because, it has to be for like, her deposition and other stuff like that. It sounds like one of the biggest accusers was just a masseuse who was 17 at the time. I don't know, man. It's still like mirrored in, legality and shit. I didn't want to read too long into it because then I'd spend the entire podcast just reading a freaking article. But yeah, it basically sounds like it's going to end up being the victims are going to get a payout.
Right.
Whether they're actual victims or not. I'm sure they are, at least a few of them.
But you do know that 2 of them for sure dropped their charges.
Yeah, one of them dropped. She was apparently like 22 when she was brought to the island, and the other one was a Jane Doe. But 2 of them definitely dropped. So I think there's only 6 now.
Well, they have all the money from all these rich people that they could just keep just dumping. It's like,
yep.
You come to a point. I feel like they're coming to a point where these people have to choose between morals and doing what's right, or just taking a paycheck and shutting their mouths, because they can, if the right money is offered, a lot of people are just going to shut their mouths and take it. And there's a lot of juicy top people that if they were exposed, poof, it would blow our fucking minds.
We don't know how much they're paying out, dude. They could run out.
Man, if they choose the moral ground and they carry this trial out, that same money that they turned down could be given to somebody else to silence them. You got to think about that, man. You got to think. If you're gonna carry this moral out, you might end up dead.
Yeah, because I have no idea how much money there is to spend. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how much these people are getting. I don't even know who they are that's out paying out all this money. So, at this point, I guess in my mind it's kind of a moot point, because the sick dude that orchestrated this whole nightmare, he can't even answer for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
But now
It's
the
kinda
point
beyond
is
the
he's
point.
getting the other people, you know, the
True.
other elites that were there, that were part of it, that
True.
his actual clients.
Mhm.
You know,
I
and
mean,
that's the
like,
whole point,
I
but,
think
like,
to some degree you could argue that, like, you know, those people were manipulated by Jeff, but, like, you know, like,
You're
I
right
just,
to a point. You could
I
argue
just
that
don't.
to a point.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
That's my job here, be a little contrarian.
I like it.
Yeah, I mean,
Get people
you
to
could also, that's like a big legality thing, you know, if you're on an island that you own in international waters, there are no real laws there, and you know, you show up to this guy's island and he's like, hey, I got this 15-year-old girl and she's, you know, down for whatever. I mean, technically you're not technically breaking any laws. You know, you're in the middle of the fucking ocean. You know, who's there to be, hey, you can't do that, you know? So, you know, it's a big legality thing of like, you know, what's not okay. Personally, I find it disgusting. But, you know, it's a gray area within the legal system.
And even the fact that, like, it's not a country, you know what I'm saying? It's not
Yeah.
even associated with anything like that.
It has no jurisdiction.
How do you even, like, do that? Like, you can
Isn't it,
prosecute for what happened here, but like, you know, that's not U.S. anything.
Wasn't it Virgin Islands? Some shit.
That
I'm
would be
not
ironic.
entirely sure. I'm not entirely. Oh, God damn it. I'm not entirely sure where the
Jesus
island is
Christ.
located. I could look that up, though.
I
feel like if you
totally.
buy an island, you buy an island.
You walked into that
Right.
like a door. Jesus.
I didn't even hear what he said.
So it would be
Oh.
ironic if it was the Virgin Islands.
Yeah, exactly. The Virgin Islands. That's so fucking.
Oh,
That would
is
be something that they would do.
Garbage
so.
truck. The
yeah,
garbage
true.
truck drove by.
Oh, guys, you want to know what the island was called?
It was called Little John.
Little
Whatever.
Saint James.
So-
Little
yeah.
Saint James.
Little Saint. Was it spelled Lil? L-I-L?
No, it's little. It's little.
Little
Yeah,
Saint.
Let me look this up. All right, so Wikipedia. You can put the hat on if you want. But also, there's a website for it. So, I just typed in Wikipedia. I didn't type in Acon.
Wait a second here.
Hang on. So here's
There's a
Acon.
website for
I think he
Wikipedia.
moved to what is it, Zambia? And yeah, so let's see here. Where's my information? Here we go. Acon City. That's what it's called. Or in French, it's Ville de Acon. Okay, Acon City, and it's in Senegal. Okay, I'm glad I didn't say what I thought it was because I thought it was Zambia, but it's Senegal. So basically, they say the first phase of development is going to happen in 2023, and I guess the whole gimmick of this town is that they're going to trade the cryptocurrency Acoin. I just thought it was interesting that, like, this is what Acon did, right? Like, you know, what the hell? I'm trying to remember an Acon hit off the top of the dome. Did he do the apple bottom jeans one?
I have no idea.
Nobody knows. Either way, what an interesting career move, am I right? Like, fuck being a musician, I'm gonna go own a city.
Right.
People
Well,
are
that's
gonna be
like
trading money with my face on it.
That's like Kanye West. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna go for president. Fuck it.
That
It's
was
like,
hilarious.
Yo,
It's like as soon as
apparently he got
Donald-
like several thousand votes too.
oh yeah,
He
I'm
just said he
sure,
was running.
dude.
He didn't even do anything.
Right. Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure.
Imagine if he actually got out there as like a third party candidate
Well,
and did his own campaign trail and everything. I think because he's so popular and a little eccentric, that he would open the door to maybe third parties in the future.
yeah, I mean, Jo Jorgensen, she opened a lot of people up this election. I forget. I mean, it's still, obviously, the voting's still going on. They're counting the mail-ins and shit, which we can get into. Holy shit.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Yeah, she got a lot of followers, including myself.
Yeah.
You know, which I didn't know until I was always out of the political spectrum until probably a few years ago, and then I like found out, oh, I'm libertarian. I'm not left or right. I'm not, I can't identify with any of those. I'm very laissez-faire. But yeah, on to elections, right? Oh my God, this is a nightmare, right?
Yeah,
Oh, that's fine.
I did not expect this this far out to not have results. Like everything in, I guess.
Yeah.
I think it'll be another 2 weeks before the dust settles on this. I bet they'll declare a winner like in the next day or two. But
It'll just be in the courts.
As Donald Trump has been doing and will likely continue to do everything, he will dispute. And like, I don't even blame him. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck, like if he's in charge and he wants to be in charge, like he's just playing the political system in the game. That's what everyone else does. And just because the way he does it isn't like obscured by like a facade of like I'm not doing this, like, you know, it doesn't mean that other people don't just play the game just as hard as he does. You know, I may not agree with him politically on a lot of issues, but like, you know, that's separate from this.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I'm concerned whoever wins, like my big thing, I guess, what I worry about is how it's going to affect me over here overseas, first of all. And
how selfish.
Yeah, it's not a right or left issue where it's like whenever it comes to China, because that's basically who I worry about, which sounds weird, but like, you know, trading in between Japan and the rest of the world and like America too, you know, it's a thing that I'm like, oh, this will affect our economy over here in Japan a little bit, you know, here, there, everything. And then, you know, I think about, you know, what are they going to do with the troops? Because there's a ridiculous amount of troops here in Okinawa, and whatever they do with them affects us, you know. So, and then lastly, like the China issue, like what we do with them is really going to affect me here as well, I think, so, to an extent, I guess. Like, if we push China enough to where they're going to, you know, say, we're taking Taiwan by force, you know, that also means, like, Taiwan's a stone's throw away from us, so we're going to be in there too. And, you know,
yeah,
I worry about these things. Like, not so much who's going to be in the seat, but who's what they're going to do with over here.
I'd say whoever's in that seat, whoever fills that seat, whether it be, because you know, third party's not gonna fucking win at this point. Whichever party fills it, it's not gonna be whoever's in that seat that decides shit, and that's kind of why I'm kind of worried. You know what I mean? It's not gonna be Joe Biden deciding any things. It's not gonna be Donald Trump. Well, to an extent, Donald Trump does take the reins on a lot of shit, but like, especially Joe Biden, he's kind of a front if you fucking look at it, dude. And that's what is so obvious. And it's like,
well,
yo, you're gonna fucking guy can't even. How old is he? How old is that guy?
He's like 73.
Oh, 73. That's it. I thought he was 78.
There's only like 6 years between them, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're not that far apart in age actually, which is something very surprising to me. But what's interesting is, gosh, I hate this man so much. I'm so tired. Like I literally I was on a walk yesterday, and some chick from the press was like, "Hey, I'm with the press, and I'm like asking people what their reaction is to the election," and I'm like, disappointment. I'm tired of this two-party bullshit. Polls regularly show that the majority of Americans didn't want the Republican or the Democratic nominee.
Yeah.
But yet they always get the majority of the votes. Because everybody's like, well, my vote won't matter if I vote third party. But the problem is, everybody thinks that. And then nobody votes third party. But if everybody just fucking voted for who they wanted, we'd actually get a third party candidate in there. Literally.
Yeah.
We'll show this every election.
Yeah.
If you want to change that, think about how you vote locally too. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you have like a dude from the Green Party or, you know, whatever party it is, you know, and he's your mayor and he does a super good job, probably everyone in your city is going to be like, okay, like, hang on now, this is opening my eyes to possibilities of other parties. You know? I think the bipartisan system, like, we got our checks and balance system, right? We got 3, right? We got the president and the Congress and what's the third one? The Supreme Court. Yeah, I know how America works.
Mm-hmm.
But like,
World judicial and
when you divide that between two parties, all of a sudden it's like whoever's in charge of these three things, right? If you get 2/3, all of a sudden your party's literally in control of America. At least that's the way it seems to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But
And,
at the
like-
same time, like, I mean, I also don't agree with like just two parties. But if we end up like France, pussies, they have like 27 parties, like some ridiculous number of parties. I don't know it off the top of my head. So to win an election, you only need like 20 some odd % of the vote. So then that really throws a monkey gear, monkey wrench into the works for sure. And maybe there's some good things about it, like because to get anything done, you really have to work with your, affiliates, and you have to work for your people more so. But say 20%, 20 some odd %, whatever, voted for this person, so they got the majority vote, and you have the rest of your country that dislikes your policies or dislikes you and the way you conduct yourself as a leader. I don't think that's good either. Like, where would we cap it if it wasn't two parties? Like 3 parties, 4 parties? Like, what's the limit? I guess.
I'd say just let it go. You want to fucking there's only so many ideologies you can fucking I don't know. I'd say let it go, like how they do. And if 20% wins it, well, 20% wins it. It's whatever
that's all,
you
the
want.
difference is that we have the electoral college, and right now the electoral college sucks because there's only 2 parties.
I still
But when there are
well,
more than 2
and that
parties,
electoral
that's when
college
the electoral. What?
I still don't understand the electoral college shit. I looked it up probably a few years ago. I didn't look it up recently, but like I didn't care to look it up this time. But I still don't understand it. It didn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Like if a certain amount of people, because the way that I understood it is that it screws out a lot of states of what they really want, because there's a large Democratic city here, or there's a large Republican,
Yeah, but then if it was the populist vote, right?
yeah,
The popular vote, then you would have your huge populated states like New York and California basically controlling the majority of the country, right?
yeah,
That's the issue. I think that's why they set it up with the idea, with the electoral college, so that the majority couldn't, control the minority.
Yeah.
The minority
And-
has some say.
And it's set up to favor a multi-party system. Because with the 2-party system, it's not that hard to get 270 electoral votes. But when there's that many other parties, you'll have, one party with 100 votes, one party with 150, one party with, 27, and then you have to go back and you have to reevaluate the popular votes to see who would have won if the lower party didn't get those votes.
right.
And then it gets redistributed, and it works out better. The electoral college is decent. I used to hate the electoral college until I read up on it more, and the reason it sucks is because we're in a 2-party system. The reason the
Yeah.
country sucks right now is because we're in a 2-party system, because it naturally creates a divide amongst the
Right.
people. Oh, you're a Democrat? I'm a Republican. I hate you. And that's bullshit. We shouldn't be like that.
Yeah,
But
I agree. We
two-party
need to come
system.
together.
Come
And also, that's probably my
together.
issue.
Right now, over me.
Yeah,
And demonic
But,
right there. Boom, done.
fucking, I just probably need to read up on it, for sure, and then I'd probably.
Well, I think
be like,
that's
okay.
like the biggest issue, and that's also a big issue with what I do, study climate, is that it isn't well communicated. People don't understand it. You took an American government class in high school. I know you did. And why the fuck don't you understand the electoral college? Why wasn't there, why is your education failing you, huh?
I think I failed myself, to be honest. I was.
Yeah, well, Lane, you're just a special case, dude.
Come on, Lane. Gozman did that class. He did a damn good job.
No, I mean, I got the concept, but I was just like, dude, why do I give a shit? I'm just Lane Miller. I thought of myself as more of like, I don't need to be concerned with this shit at this moment. But for sure, like, I forget what I was gonna be saying here, but I think the reason I was talking about how I didn't understand the electoral college, or like that I didn't really see like the point is because of where we come from, right? Like where we come from, you would think, oh, these guys are Republicans. Like these guys, they're farming, they're growing crops, they're these guys are Republicans. Like everyone's just pro Trump or whatever. But like Chicago throws it off for Illinois, like
Mhm.
big
Yeah.
time, and that's why I was
Yep.
like, what? Every time you go look at the polls, it's always like Illinois Democrat. It's like how? Like I've been all over like the southern part, and I've been up north, but like not enough to say that's wow, that makes sense. But I guess it does. I don't know. Whatever.
I guess to me it seems a little silly that like you said, right? Like when you look at it geographic, there are 3 cities in Illinois that go blue, and then that makes the entire state blue. Like why don't we split a state's votes between the candidates proportional to like how they voted, right? Because we are broken into electoral college districts, right? Like why does that not matter? Whoa.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with like if we split amongst these instead of winner take all, if we split them up, that would be a much better system. And especially with this election, I've heard a lot of people talking about it. If we look at the states, these cities and the rural areas are at such disconnect right now with red and blue, Republicans and Democrats. It's pretty crazy, I think. We are. That's why we need to come together, boys. Japan just started their own unity party a little while back.
Fuck yeah, dude. I like that.
So people are coming from both sides of the aisle, and they're coming together. That's also because Japan's been at, the type of politics that America has now, at each other's throat, fighting each other over issues that they both agree on, but because they're opposite parties, they have to fight each other on these issues. Like a big one, like America's gotten past gay marriage, I think.
Well, for the most part, yeah.
I think we've
I
past it, but that's another day.
Some people are still like, this fucking bullshit. And I'm like, dude, why can't they just doesn't even concern you?
Jed, now why did you say it in such a country accent right there? God damn it. What are you trying to imply?
Because most people in the big city don't give a shit, but a lot of people back home still care about it. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, I know.
True.
I think even the rural people that are around us, think about our back home, it's not like it's not around. We still see it. And more of the issue, I think, is like, oh, I really I don't want the government to come in and tell me what to do. So I'm cool with that. Like, I'm okay with it because I don't want anybody to tell somebody else that they can't do something.
Yeah, exactly.
Like that's what I see a lot of the time. But moving on, in Japan, that's still not a thing. Like some cities have gay marriage, but it's not universal. Not even like full states have gay marriage. So there's people that are fighting for gay marriage here, and on the opposite side of the spectrum, there's like literally a handful of people that are fighting against it, and it's ridiculous because like she'll be quiet. It's one lady that's very quiet about everything, and then like this one issue, she blows up like a firecracker on it, and like a lot of like hateful things she's saying, I guess. They can be taken hateful where it's like it's not productive. It's like they can't reproduce, like they can't be parents, and I'm like, wait a second here, they can be parents, like settle down here.
Like first of all, we have a lot of orphans. First of all, that need to be adopted, and second of all, we're overpopulated as it is. Like fuck, we're solving 2 problems with one, gay marriage here.
With one
not
gay
here
marriage.
In Japan. We're not overpopulated. We're losing people by a lot.
I meant like the world in general.
Oh yeah.
How many people are there now?
We have a
8 billion yet?
Close to 8 billion. Very close to 8 billion. I'll double check, get the actual number for you.
What do you guys think about that idea that was going around maybe a decade or so ago that like the number of people as like, you know, the world modernizes, people have less children, right? So on and so forth, economic development. And the figure people were throwing around was 9 billion people. That's where we're going to stabilize, and then our population is going to stay steady there for the rest of time, you know, until question mark, question mark, question mark.
Huh.
Seven
Well, I
billion
don't
eight hundred twenty-three million 378,700, and it keeps going up.
Well,
Yeah,
here's-
my thoughts on that would be if we look at patterns in developing countries and developed countries like first world countries versus, you know, third world war torn countries, like things that make life harder, they tend to have more children to work, to get by. Also lack of I don't know, they're just using the pull-out method, and that's not the best. So things like that. Also, like fundamental
working
like
for me.
ideology whenever it comes to having kids and things like that. Like the Irish, they just, I don't know what it is with them. They want to make as many as possible, right? Look at America. We have so many Irish descendants because of that. And Indian families tend to be pretty big as well. And you know, China, they had their one-child policy, but now they have their two-child policy coming on. But I think it was before that, before they instituted a policy, they were having farmers have big families so they could work on these farms and everything. They were having like 7, 8 kids at a time, or not at a time, but 7, 8 kids. And then that
in one shot.
that was hurting. Yes, just very fertile people.
There's soil and other things.
Exactly. Yeah. but yeah, like maybe we'll see like a stabilization, but I definitely don't know if it's going to be 9 million or 9 billion. With what you see now, even though they can have 2 kids, they're still only having 1. Population is getting very old, and then like it's going to shrink dramatically. Like here in Japan, for instance, we sell more adult diapers than we sell infant diapers here in Japan. So the population is getting very, very old, and there's not enough people to replace the ones that are dying off. So I think we're going to be down by 30% by the year 2040 or something like that, 2030, something like that. It's a big difference, but yeah.
Maybe you're just reading that statistic wrong. Maybe old people are just getting weaker bladders in your area and they're just shitting themselves more.
Yeah, that's probably the case.
I don't know. It's something I learned in statistics. You can't attach something like that to. I don't know.
Well, if you walk around, you can actually see it though. That's the one thing you can really see here. Not diapers. I just mean you see a lot of
booty old people.
Just out in public wearing my diaper.
Yeah.
Gonna go shit myself on the subway today.
Because there's not
Imagine the
enough people,
freedom
there's
though. Like, oh,
70-year-olds
I can
that
just
aren't
poop whenever I
retiring.
want.
Damn.
Sitting in that all day like that. Fuck.
Oh,
That's why they have the fanciest toilets to wash your ass when you sit and shit all day.
I love that. You
Oh
have no
my
idea.
gosh.
I have a bidet. It's
You
amazing.
have a bidet? You like it?
Yeah.
When I was in Estonia, I couldn't bring myself to use it. I was
Yep.
like,
In Spain we had those, but I couldn't use them in Spain. I was like, At first, when I first got there, no one told me what it was. I thought it was just like something for your like dog or something to like drink out of. I was like, okay, and then someone was like, yeah, dude, you like, wash yourself with
for
that.
your ass.
You savages, you cavemen with
Yeah,
your
that's what-
paper.
That's what dude
Ugh.
wipes are for, man.
Dude, but doesn't that make
Dude.
sense though? Doesn't that make a lot more sense than toilet paper? Like it's like,
Yes.
oh, well, dude, you could totally get more. Like you could be like a lot more cleaner that way, though.
Also,
lot
you know what?
more
About
cleaner.
that-
Yeah.
I'm all about no paper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, you know
Mine
what?
even
I should get a
dries.
bidet.
It like has like hot air afterwards, so it just like dries all the water away. I was like, hell.
Ooh.
Honestly, yeah. So I got a serious problem here with my toilet paper problem here. So I'm in a kind of an old building. Like this building was built in like 1870. So it has like yeah.
After the Civil
old.
War, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's an old building, dude. Really old building. but like it has a toilet paper thing, but with the whole like mega roll, 6 rolls in one, it doesn't fucking in the recess in the wall for the toilet paper thing. So like I have a toilet paper holder in my wall next to my toilet that I can't fucking use because the toilet paper roll is too fucking big.
I use wipes anyways.
I think we should go back to corn cobs. A little texture down there. Ribbed for your cleanliness.
Ripped. Oh my god.
Like, I feel like this part of my body's getting too soft. I need to build up some calluses right there.
Build up some calluses. How would you guys feel about as far as taxes goes? There was a point that was brought up that was actually pretty ingenious. So if you got a receipt for where your taxes actually, would that incline you to, if you were given the option, put your taxes towards what you want?
Yes.
So like if we put our tax, like if I wanted to, for education, I would put my taxes towards education. And then like we would, as a society, that's how you would decide what's important
I like that.
in your society. So like if someone's hell bent on national defense, they could by all means put your money towards national defense. Because right now I'm so confused as to where our taxes goes, and it's like that to me would just make sense. Like, give me a receipt at least for the tax. I know it goes towards roads and shit, and yes, that's important. Yes, I don't want to drive into potholes every fucking 6 feet. I'm going down the interstate, but
I still do.
And you know what? We still do, Jed, don't we? Crazy. So maybe if we all just put that towards, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I'd put mine toward like infrastructure, education, preservation of natural resources like parks and shit. Probably put a little bit toward like national defense because fuck China, whatever. And research, medical research. That'd be where I want my taxes to go. As of right now, for all I know, it's going to some fucking fat cat's back pocket, as far as I know.
Yeah. Well, if we were all, doing this, everybody, I feel like there would be way less incentive for politicians to be politicians because
which would be good.
Good.
Nobody would say, you know what, that governor's doing a good job. I'm gonna give him a little bit of money. Making sure my taxes go to his pocket.
Doesn't Congress vote on whether or not they increase their own wages?
Yep.
Every time that comes up, every time that topic comes up, they're like, "Well, we're coming up on our annual deadline to vote on whether we get a raise. So anybody against it? Fucking nobody. Okay.
I don't think I've ever heard of it.
Now
they make more than me, so like I don't know why they need it.
They make like 10 times more than me. So
play devil's advocate a little bit. Is not every single one of those people is absurdly wealthy going into that position. I mean, but
they're all absurdly wealthy coming out of it.
The majority of them, the majority of them probably extremely wealthy. But the people that have to maintain 2 residences, one in DC and one in their home state, like those are the things I'd be like, oh, well, you do need quite a bit of money to like live in DC. It's a little expensive there. Right. Could you imagine like an apartment and being in like close to your job? I don't know. Maybe they should have public housing for Congress workers where it's like I can only think of like a 1-bedroom apartment with like
you're bunked up with somebody like a Democrat or Republican bunked up and shit. They're like button heads and everything. Well, I didn't have any toothpaste, so I thought I'd use your toothpaste. What the fuck? You think this is fucking you fucking commie?
If we had like a big ass apartment building right next to the state capitol building, that actually might do some work finally. Instead of just constantly always being on fucking recess. Like we wouldn't have be waiting to see if there's enough people to have session and shit. They'd always be like, "Hey man, we're heading to session. Come on." Hey, Jeff, wake up!
Don't they already like when it comes time to like, because they play like a system where if they're voting on something, the people that are already they've made up their minds they don't need to listen to it. They'll go in the other room, they'll take a nap, and then when it comes time to vote on it, then they'll wake up, come in, vote no, and then like the reason that the side that needs it passed, they'll go on for hours and hours and hours and just kill time, and then eventually they'll make a vote. Like it's ridiculous if you see what they do.
You know, but
Yeah,
like
that's
I
stupid
feel like it would
because
make the whole. Go for it.
if the people that were against it would just stay in the room and like talk to them about it and find a compromise, we'd actually get something fucking done in this country. But they're like, nope, I don't care. Bye bye. Let me know when the vote is. Like, it's fucking
Yeah.
bullshit. Like, do your
Well, that's
fucking
part of the
job.
reason why stimulus hasn't been passed.
You're getting paid to do a job. Fucking do your job.
Yeah,
All right.
We should get off
I
politics,
think-
boys. I can't talk
Yep,
about it anymore.
same. I was just about to say I can. This shit's pissing me off, and I
So-
love you guys. I love everyone in here, and let's talk about some inspiring shit.
Space, huh?
Okay,
You guys wanna
but
talk
that
about
does sound
space?
like a good show that nobody's made yet. I think that'd be a great show where it's just senators, Congress in a apartment situation. It'd be
Yeah,
hilarious. So that
Wait,
show
well,
writes itself. That'd be great.
Style house party with Congress. Dude, you got like Dick Durbin hanging from the chandelier.
They'd start a frat and shit. They'd just be like college fucking 2.0. Oh,
Skull and bones everywhere. Oh Jesus.
Actually, on the topic of politicians being fratty, I probably shouldn't talk about this, but so you guys know about like Model United Nations that like colleges and stuff do. So basically, they pretend to be politicians in like the UN and stuff. Well, a buddy of mine went to a Model United Nations in DC, and they all stayed in the same hotel. Like everybody from every college that's doing it stays in one hotel. And at one point, the door was open because everybody, and he sees a governor's son and a bunch of other like prominent people of powers, like children. There's cocaine all over the dresser. There's drugs everywhere, and come to find out, that room was registered to the governor
sounds
of
like
whatever.
a
I
party.
can't remember what state it was, but I'm like, yeah, wow, these people turn up. Apparently, the governor had been there earlier that day, and when other people started showing up, he's like, I gotta leave before they recognize me. And I was like, oh, interesting.
Still likes to party, man.
He likes to party.
Yeah, I totally forgot it's No Shave November. Huh.
Oh,
Yeah, I shave when I fucking want. I'm not gonna be, subject to other people's fucking rules. I also nutted on the 1st of November because that was just some random dude put it on Urban Dictionary in like 2012, and then people found it 6 years later and was like, let's make this a thing. And I'm like, fuck you. If I want to nut, I'm gonna fucking nut.
There's this,
I shave because my wife doesn't shave her legs if I don't shave my face. So
That's a good compromise. That's a
Ooh.
compromise.
that's a good compromise. So
Ah.
so I'm also like, hey, you know what? Like maybe I want to pretend it's like frontier time. I'm just like, oh, your legs are pretty prickly. I don't know. Okay, I gotta shave.
do you wear like a hat and a corncob pipe too?
Oh yeah, of course. I ride a wagon everywhere, and
Oh, I'm dying of dysentery.
Oh man, that was like the best game though in school. Fucking Oregon Trail.
That's
Do
awesome.
you take the 20-mile detour to the next ford, or you try to cross here?
Always cross here.
And your
My
entire
stubborn
party
ass.
dies. Way to go. Oh, fuck, gotta start
Yeah,
again.
right. Oh, you got bit by a snake. Oh, Jeremiah's gonna suck it out.
You're both dead.
Shit, dude.
Yep.
So Jed, space talk, yeah?
Space. All right. So, Lane, do you know how light works?
Yes.
Okay, how does light get to us?
In waves.
The speed of light.
So
The speed.
So light travels
That's
on
a thing.
So light travels on a photon. It's a light particle
Okay.
moving faster than the speed of light. So for that photon, it never really lives. From the is emitted to the moment it is absorbed, 0 time passes for it because it's moving that fast. So if you're a photon, you're emitted and you hit where you're gonna land. That's it. It's all you don't experience anything. You know?
Okay.
But you have a
So-
light here.
So me and my buddy were talking about this the other day because we were talking about how you can't go the speed of light. So like, speed of light travel is impossible because it takes more and more energy the faster you go to speed up. And then theoretically, so like that's the first hurdle. The first hurdle is getting to go the speed of light, and that's impossible. After you go the speed of light, there's an additional hurdle of you cannot possibly slow down. Because the more energy you expend trying to slow down, the faster you go. And then the more energy you need to slow down, and it's impossible. So once you get going,
What about momentum? Okay, because let's say what attracts. I'm trying to think of what would attract light, if you know what I mean, like dark colors, and then like a black hole, obviously. So like if light is traveling towards a black hole, right? It's almost like a magnet, which gives it momentum, which
okay.
I want to say would actually speed it up to the point. I don't know.
So
I'm just thinking out loud here.
So there's an important distinction to make. So light isn't attracted to dark colors. Like if you have light going toward a white surface and it's going
just
by
absorbed,
a dark surface,
right,
it's not
yes.
going to bend. But with a dark hole, with a black hole, it will. If you have light going
why I brought that up.
X direction and then there's a black hole over here, it's going to bend to go to that black hole because that's what black holes do. They suck everything in, including light.
Mhm.
And that's why we're trying to study them more. But the problem is that they're really far away, which makes them hard to study. But the closer you get to them, the more dangerous it is because we don't know how to avoid them.
Yeah.
So it's really, it's one of those things that we want to study more, but we don't know how yet. But the thing is that, my buddy was getting really disheartened. He's like, but I want to get to that point where like, we can travel to a different galaxy and study, different planets and stuff. But if we can't go the speed of light, we'll never get there. I'm like, well, we don't have to go the speed of light. We can go close to the speed of light. Speed of light's impossible. Yes, 300,000 meters per second or close to it, impossible. But 200,000 meters per second is fairly possible. Not right now. It's theoretically possible once we have a better energy source and whatnot. But the problem would be that, say we launched tomorrow. One lifetime for those pilots could get them pretty much anywhere in the universe, theoretically. With the right power source and the right speed, theoretically, whoever's on that spaceship could get to anywhere in the universe if they wanted to. But by the time the Earth will have experienced 2.5 million years or so. So that's the problem.
What about? Go ahead. Sorry.
So like that's the problem is like with time dilation, yeah, it's possible to go really far in one lifetime. But by the time you've done that, everybody you knew or even knew about this, space odyssey is gone.
So it's interstellar.
Which essentially,
Yes.
yeah, and that's that's kind of what prompted. We looked up like Neil deGrasse Tyson went on to about it because he's like he's an expert in the field, and I wanted to get his say on it, and he was talking about how like Interstellar. He was talking more about how the very end of Interstellar wouldn't be possible, where he like went into the black hole and like moved the dust motes on a clock or whatever. That's all.
The fuck
sci-fi.
does he know, huh? That's
Lane,
a
I
true
still have
story,
your
bro.
copy of Interstellar. Look,
That's sci-fi.
remind me to give that back to you sometime.
Okay. Is that where it went? Oh my god.
Yeah, I have it.
Good film. You can keep it. My gift.
But yeah, no. So like time dilation is really true, and they found that out with like fighter pilots. Once we started breaking the sound barrier and going, Mach 2, Mach 3, and they would like, because the military always has synchronized clocks, right? Everybody synchronizes their watches, so it's always the same. Well, these fighter pilots would come down, and they'd be like, my clock's like way off. Not like 30 minutes or anything, but like 20 seconds or so. Way more than anybody else's whose was watch was just a little bit slower that day. So they'd be like, well, let's check this. The NASA was like, hey, let's test this out. And they'd have fighter pilots flying for like hours at a time with like a super precise clock on the ground and in the cockpit. And they found that, yeah, the faster you go, the slower time moves for you. So theoretically, if I was moving at close to the speed of light, I could, go like, a million miles out into the space and then a million miles back. And by the time I got back here, it'd be a completely different world. Millions of years would have passed.
Now imagine
But for
that
me, it's only
and you're
been a
stoned.
couple hours.
Imagine
What?
that and you're stoned. Time
Oh
would
my
really
God.
slow down for you.
Oh my God. Imagine you put somebody who was sleeping in a pod and just shot them like, in a big circle so that they like came back and like, in the circle, they came back and found Earth again. Wherever it was,
Oh, yeah.
then. And they just like woke up like, what the fuck happened, man? I was sleeping for like 2 hours.
That's
Some
what we're
biblical
waiting
shit.
on, guys. That's it.
I want to hear Max's thoughts.
My
on
take?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, time dilation is freaking rad, dude. For me, like, where the rubber really hits the road is that Albert Einstein shit. What was he talking about? Relativity. Yeah. So it's like this idea that, like, imagine you jump off a skyscraper, right? You're just, like, floating in air, right? Like, from your own frame of reference, you're just floating until you smack hit the ground, right? So it's only the fact that the Earth is coming towards you, right? And that's how you perceive that, right? Is as a change in your location over time. And I guess the way Einstein thought about it was like he kind of twisted that on his head, right? It's not that I'm moving, it's that space is moving and time is moving, and I just perceive that as me physically moving. And so it's all just relative to what your reference point is, right? You would feel the same way if you were floating in space and there was no gravity affecting you at all, right? And so gravity as a force of attraction is really more about like bending space and time around you, right? That's how we talk about like a Star Trek, right? Like the warp drive. That's how you get around it per se. It's like, you just like know how space time works super good, and then you just make the thing that makes you go real fast.
Yeah. And that's kind of what. So somebody brought this up to Elon Musk because they knew he's, one of those guys that always tried to find a workaround. They're like, well, they always say that, traveling faster than the speed of light is impossible. And he's like, well, it is. We cannot travel faster than the speed of light. But what about space? Why can't space travel faster than the speed of light? It already is.
What about like dark matter, antimatter?
That stuff is still mirrored in like so much obscurity. Like we know it exists, we have evidence to show that, there's gravity that we can't account for, and that has to be dark matter, which, essentially is, resulting in dark energy.
Mm-hmm.
So we know that it's there. There's nothing for us to study besides the gravity.
And I always keep hearing like new estimates of how much dark matter there is, right? So like at one point they were saying like, oh, it's just about the same amount as normal matter, and then all of a sudden one day they were like, oh wait, I think there's a lot more now. And it's like,
Yeah, there's like theoretically twice as much dark matter as actual matter. It's ridiculous. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And like we don't even know what it is. Like, what if there's people? What if there's alternate evil twin versions of us that are constructed out of dark matter? And if we touched, we would explode.
Right.
We're all around
That's
here now.
Yeah.
And I just wonder, like, I'm not a theoretical physicist. Other people who are going like, maybe dark matter or multiverse theory makes some sense together, right? We're like, maybe this is just some sort of remnant of an alternate reality that like we're like peripherally aware of, but not like exactly able to interact with, like, if I picked up my phone, for example.
And it was really cool talking to my buddy because he had this naive optimism. He's like, well, you say it's impossible for us to travel the speed of light, but 30 years ago, well, like 100 years ago, they said it was impossible for us to get to space and all this stuff. I'm like, yeah, but the difference is there wasn't hard science against the possibility of it. They're like, yeah, it sounds like it's really hard, and then somebody did the math and they're like, well, it's possible, and then they did it. That's what Da Vinci did back in the Renaissance with his aerial screw. He did the math and said, how much lift do I need? How much force do I need to exert to go up to break gravity? And he did it. He succeeded and did it. He even made like a basic airplane. It was just a glider, but it showed that it was possible to have a man move through the atmosphere. So the problem with going fast at the speed of light is that there is literal hard science. And every time we do more science trying to find out how to do it, we just find another way of how we can't do it. And I don't mean
I've often been told,
like light bulb, we can't do it. I mean like physically impossible to do it.
I've often been told that as a scientist, your job is not to prove anything. It is only to disprove things, right? And so, like, when you ask me about, like, the Younger Dryas stuff, like, I can't prove it. I don't want to prove it. But if there's some kind of unequivocal evidence that it can happen, then that's what I subscribe to, right? I just know what can't happen. And that's also tough because then people are like, well, you can't trust science, right? Like they're like, this is already the smoke and mirrors of the evil science man. So like, science gave you this, buddy. Give me that, okay? Like, if you don't believe in science, you don't believe in this. This is just magic as far as you're concerned.
Yep.
Right.
Any sufficiently advanced science is indescribable from magic. It's one of my favorite quotes. I can't remember who said it.
Interesting about, like, we're talking about light and like what we perceive, but all around us, there's things that if I were to tell you, like Wi-Fi, right? Do you see it? No.
Nope.
Is it real?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It absolutely is real. I'm using it right now. Different waves of things like cell phone signals, Wi-Fi. Everything kind of works in waves, in a way.
Yeah, they're passing through you. There's so many waves passing through you right now. Radio waves.
Yep. Yep.
Fuck.
Like, this reality has so much that is veiled.
Yeah.
And we just keep.
There's
keep on
cosmic radiation undulating through all of us right now, and we don't even know it. We don't even feel it.
I feel it,
Probably
brother.
more from me.
I don't know about you. I feel it, brother. Cosmic radiation's just vibing with me, man.
But no, it was a really cool
On
experiment that
those
went
chills,
on.
dude. Got crystals for days.
Yeah, but no, there was this cool experiment. They put this, like, it was essentially a weather balloon. They were sending up into the high atmosphere to, like, kind of measure these cosmic radiations and, like, these cosmic waves. But what was funny was they actually found waves coming out from the Earth. But the thing is like, that doesn't make any sense because it can't go through the Earth. Like, these certain waves they were looking at can't go through the Earth. So the fact that they were coming from the Earth meant that they were going backwards through time.
Or they were reflected by, like, our atmosphere or something, or
no, I'm
the
not.
water,
I'm not doing my best to describe it. It has been a while since I looked at this. Was like very early in the year that I was reading about this, but basically the evidence suggested that there was a parallel universe that was operating in the reverse time stream. So, like, if we're going forward through time, this backwards through time.
That kind of, like, makes me think about there used to be this old universe theory where, like, so now we think, like, the universe started off, right, Big Bang, and then, like, it's getting faster and faster and faster, and it goes in one direction. But they used to think, like, hang on, what if that force dissipates and then gravity takes over and it comes back and it has this, like, nice sort of symmetry to the universe that way? And it's like, I don't know, like, this stuff is so theoretical, like, it's really hard to, like, test any of it.
Yeah.
Which is, like, it's interesting that, like, science people want to even go there, because to me it seems a little crazy.
Yeah.
I always,
that is kind of cool that we can. Lane, go ahead. I've been talking too much.
Oh, so have I. I want to hear more from Max, but I just want to say, just a stupid comment. Like, some days I'll wake up and I'll just go throughout my day and I'll be like, dude, what if my reality just twisted and I had no control over it, and, like, you know what I mean? Like, what if, like, what we're in just went woo? Like, I couldn't do shit about it, man. Like, if everything went topsy-turvy and I started doing everything in reverse, and, like, I wouldn't fucking, I don't know. I can't control what the fuck's going on, you know what I mean?
Would you even know?
What
That's
how
you even know?
Exactly.
I want what you're smoking.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm going off my dome, dude. I'm just fucking weird. You know that, Max. Fuck.
Yeah,
He's
right.
high on life. He's super
High on
wasted
life,
on life.
brother. I need to fix this curtain, but keep talking.
Yeah. Back to the Big Bang, though. What's interesting is we can pinpoint to some degree of error when and where the universe started.
Mm-hmm.
We have the general location in, space and time of when the Big Bang happened. We have absolutely
What's there
zero.
now? Nothing?
Nothing.
Well,
Gases,
okay.
particles, dark matter.
Basically,
You
they
know.
think the universe is shaped like a donut, right? So I guess that
Yep.
makes some sense. Donut.
Yeah.
Man,
So
I'm
it's just
hungry.
like there's nothing in space, but the space where Big Bang happened has less than space. If you
Okay, what
understand,
does that mean?
so the vacuum that is space is more than what's inside and outside of the universe.
Oh, okay, right. Because
Like before the Big Bang, there was more than nothing. And
Mhm,
space, the vacuum and nothingness of space is what came out. So
mhm.
outside of that, there's nothing, and inside, now that's left, is also nothing. It's funny.
We
The
shouldn't
nothingness of
call it
space,
space. It's kind of a
yeah.
bad way of thinking about it because, like,
Well, you
well,
gotta think,
there's actually some amount of stuff in space, right? That's what
yeah,
all the shit's made out of.
photons and tiny little Higgs boson particles and shit, that kind of stuff. But there's less. There's less in some spots, which is crazy.
I like getting carried away and shit. And if I have to doctor this, I'll doctor the fuck out of it. Did you notice the last podcast? I had to doctor it so bad, boys. It was bad. Like we lost so much audio. It's ridiculous. I had to play the video while simultaneously recording the sound, and then take the sound that I had recorded, attach it to the video, like sync up everybody's,
Oh, jeez,
mouths
dude.
to the sound bites. I did it, but fuck. I don't get
That's
why
awesome.
Skype keeps. Oh, dude, I know. It's fucking
It's even
technology,
funnier when
right?
we talk about something kind of controversial,
Yeah.
like the whole Adderall is meth thing got cut completely out. We got the whole
Conspiracy theories.
about
No,
like
it
fucking
is
Microsoft
meth.
or whatever. Yeah,
Yeah, it's
it's weird.
100% math.
It's meth.
Yeah,
I
Adderall is
watched a
just
documentary
Gozo's
about
meth.
Adderall, and it kind of like got into like, there's literally people that just go to schools where like it's competitive as fuck, and like the people who do Adderall do better.
Oh
And
yeah.
so like
Yeah.
you just have to go to a doctor and be like, sometimes when the teacher's writing on the board, I think about like other stuff, and I can't like
Yeah.
really listen like I want to, and that's all you have to say.
That's all you gotta say.
I know somebody that was in one of my classes, and she like went and literally did that, and she was like, it was so easy. You just
Yeah.
go to a doctor, and you're like, I have a hard time in class. Like, really, like my grades have started to slip lately, and then like, I also don't smoke weed if you take Adderall. It makes you really paranoid. That's what I heard. Anyway.
Is it cheating? Do you think? Do you think that's cheating if you take Adderall or?
Well, I would rather live in a world where you don't feel like you have to take meth in order to be a functional, productive adult. Like, what stage of capitalism is this?
Same.
That's that whole
If you
argument
consider
of,
steroids cheating, then I would say Adderall is cheating.
Yep, I would agree.
Yeah.
But that goes back to that whole argument of like equity versus equality versus the destruction of systematic barriers. It's the
That's a
whole
good point.
fence thing. Like equality, everybody's given the same thing, which means the tall guy can see really well, and the shortest guy still can't, and the medium guy can still see. But with equity, the tall guy doesn't get any blocks, the middle guy gets 1 block, and the short guy gets 2 blocks, and everybody can see the game. But when you remove the systematic barrier and change the fence to one you can actually fucking see through, nobody needs the help, Which with the education system, it goes to like, well, when the people that need the most help go somewhere where they can learn at their speed, that's better than making them keep up with people that are the next Albert Einstein, say.
I always think of calculators and shit. Like how old people are always like, I didn't have calculators back in my day. It's like, is this a crutch for me? Like, yeah, I should know how to do like complicated fractionals and shit like that. But like, you know what? Calculator makes it a hell of a lot easier.
Okay, well, I bet that guy's grandpa was like, back in my day, we were pushing plows with oxes, and we didn't have tractors.
Yeah.
It increases your productivity. Like,
Right.
if you don't understand math, fucker, that's on you. Like, if you're just gonna use a calculator and not learn, like, you have the right and the ability to do that. But I think that if you learn math and you have a good understanding of it, and you use a calculator, all of a sudden you can take it to the next level. You can learn, you know, how to manipulate 1,000 data points, right? Like, oh man, I want to make like, I've got a graph and I want to make, if I do, say for example, I'm looking at like different elemental concentrations through a lake core. Okay, so the way I study climate is through looking at the layers of sediment that accumulate at the bottom of the lake over time. Right. And so, like, you know, let's say, for example, I'm looking at iron concentrations and sulfur concentrations, and there's like 50 times as much iron as there is sulfur, right? Like, I can intuitively look at that and go, okay, well, I'll just multiply sulfur by 50 and kind of put it on an axis where you can look at it the same. But the only reason I can do that intuitively is because I learned my times, you know? If I didn't know how math worked, I would just be screwed. So that's kind of my take on it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's good shit. What are your thoughts on AI and where we're headed into the new age, Max?
The unknown is scary, but I'm excited too, right? Because, like, I mean, there's all kinds of crazy stuff going on now in terms of like machine learning. Machine learning is huge, right? We figure out how to program computers, how to teach themselves to do stuff, so you don't have to like sit there and write code all day, right? Stuff like that. I saw a video on YouTube where they literally programmed a machine learning algorithm to learn how to play Super Mario Bros. And it, like, you know, showed like the first iteration where like Mario just like stood there and it was like, oh, that didn't work, right? And then the next one, it figured out like, oh, if I hold left, or which way do you go? Oh, if I hold right, then Mario will move, right? And then it runs into the Goomba and it's like, oh fuck, I died. And then like eventually it tries a bunch of different stuff and it could jump over the Goomba, and like by the end, I don't remember how many iterations it took, but by the end it could complete the level. And like there was no human intervention other than creating like the original system of trial and error that it uses. That's amazing and insane to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's interesting though is that's just the first step, because like that's how you first learn. Is you first learned by trial and error. You know, and then once you learned language, how to communicate, then you started being able to talk to other people, and they would teach you things. So the next stage in the machine learning would be reaching out to other AIs and be like, hey, do you know how to do this? And they'd be like, yep. And then you get the AI that's like doing that becomes, you know, sentient.
Right, and that process of teaching is instantaneous for a computer, right? It's just like, oh, fam, give me the code. Okay, I got the code. Now I can do that.
So here's a theory. I don't know. I'm not smart, but I have crazy ass ideas. So here's like
I think that's the same thing as being smart.
Theoretically,
here's like. So what if? I'm saying what if AI created this, right? Now, just bear with me. You would say, well, what the fuck are we doing taking 6 years to make a new vehicle for blah, blah, blah. It's like, okay, you're not getting it. AI made this, okay? But in this comes us, okay? Now, we know how to do more than an ant, a monkey. You know, we're on the scale of intelligence, we're up there, right? So what if its system is to create something that can create itself, AI, essentially. So then what it does is it's like, how do I reproduce myself? How does AI reproduce itself? Well, you have to have a self-learning code system, which is what we are. If you look at what we do, what are we doing right now? I am giving information to you. You will take that information and you may or may not pass it on to others. What am I doing right now on a grand scheme? I am sharing with the world my thoughts, right? All we are doing ever is passing information. If you think about it, that's all we're ever doing. Like, you can break down anything. Like, I picked up this cup. I kind of passed information in a way. Like, it's just different levels of information you're passing. So it's like, what if AI was like, how do I make another of myself? And it takes this long to make it, right? Like, we haven't reached like the pinnacle AI point, you know, where AI connects to everything, right? Like what Google wants to do. Like, oh, man, that's a conspiracy theory, but like Google wants to like hook our brains up to like, you know, the one brain AI system, which
Like the
I can
Matrix?
totally, yeah, like the Matrix there, Max. But like,
Love
I don't
Keanu.
know. I was just throwing out a crazy idea there. I don't know if you guys want to feed off that, or you guys just say I'm a quack, I'm retarded, whatever.
My whole thing with AI is like, to what end? Why are we doing this? You know, like what problems does this solve? And as long as the development of AI stays focused on making life better for humans, like it's probably fine. Is there a chance it goes off the rails like a science fiction story? Well, like, I don't know. Science fiction is science fiction, and reality is reality. I don't know what's going to happen. I can't predict the future.
But I think that it's a good thing that we've talked about it already. You know, it's a good
Oh,
thing that
yeah.
we've had these science fiction novels saying, yeah, so we made this AI and it took over the whole world, took over our defense network and, you know, Terminators. Because we have that, you know, always in the back of our head while we're making AI, we're putting in safety measures, we're putting in checks and balances, checks and balances, back to politics. We're putting in, you know, these watchdogs to make sure that it's not going to do that. We're putting out in these, you know, these kill switches and fail safes to make sure that it doesn't happen, which is good, because if we were just, you know, blindly going into the abyss with nobody thinking about the what if possibilities of the, you know, bad end of it, we would end up there, you know.
Do you think Google has these AI safety features? Honestly, do you think
I'm
that
sure
they have?
Google
'Cause
has multiple teams dedicated to the safety of people involved in the AI systems. Yeah, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm. I would imagine that it's something like there's like some sort of like they probably just put it in a computer that isn't connected to the internet or something, right? If they're like really sure, they like really think this AI is going to work. We're not going to give it internet because then it can know everything people know instantly, and that's bad.
And it can go anywhere and be safe.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can hide in the internet when you're an AI.
Ooh, I didn't think about that. That's scary.
You download yourself to the cloud and you're gone.
I feel like you guys are thinking these people are way smarter than they probably are. I just think we haven't made good enough AI, and they're just throwing it out there. I think that's what's going on.
Maybe there's also like
saying,
a vested interest in letting it get out, right?
Yeah.
Letting it just kind of do its own thing. Especially like, you know, I could see like this becoming how like cybersecurity attacks start working, right? You just like, oh, I don't like IBM. Well, I'm just gonna go stick an AI on their server, and it's gonna go like, you know, like go do some nefarious shit. It's gonna go like switch two numbers, and that's gonna crash everything or like whatever. And then like when they fix it, they aren't gonna find the AI.
Zero.
And it's gonna come back and do
yeah. I was gonna ask you guys, especially since we were talking about earlier about your new CD and everything. What do you feel about being a musician and street performing? Like, do you think it's something that musicians should be doing, or like cutting your chops? I don't know. Those kind of things.
Absolutely. I think the biggest thing about being a street performer is that it gives you like, you know, it is a free opportunity to practice. You know, I think the scariest and most difficult thing about being a musician is just the performance aspect of it, right? You put yourself in front of other people and you're like, okay, I have a plan for what notes I'm going to play and what the order is. But sometimes you fuck up. Sometimes you forget where you are and like, or you hit the wrong chord, and your brain is disconnected from your ears. And performing is the only way to get over that hurdle. So like,
yeah.
And on the other hand, like, yeah, dude, I wish there was more art, more culture in general, like in the streets, you know? I think you got to be respectful of the community and stuff like that. Sometimes people get a little bit panhandly, you know? Don't be a douche.
Yeah, come on, pay me for coming out here, what nobody asked me to do. And
Right?
maybe I'm just rocking this G chord over and over again. You know? But
until it breaks.
I mean, yeah. Until you break a string. Oh, fuck.
No, you rig up
That
a whole
fucking
bass
G
with just
chord.
G chords.
G
That
chord.
G string.
One breaks, you just go to the next one.
The D
And
major.
now I'm on E. No, like, Also, well, we're kicking it up a notch. B. Like, just fuck it all up.
I have this song I like to play. I don't have a recorded version of it. I should do a live recording of it sometime. It's called "Where's Your Fucking Beer," and it's all about like it's just E and F sharp. You just play those two chords for like until you're done, until I'm good and ready to be done. And
Until you
all
find
I
it.
do is I just go like, "Where's your fucking beer?" And I'll be like, "Lane, where's your fucking beer? Drink your fucking beer." You know, and the whole song is just like, "Fuck you, drink beer, say fuck a lot, Natty, let's not beer." You know, but I love the performance.
I think you should go down to the college bar district then and just do a street performance of that song until somebody says get the fuck out of here. Because
Get out of
that
here.
would be awesome.
I should record it. That would be a good video. Just like 10 hours, some dude telling people to drink beer.
That would be great.
Especially now, though, like the only opportunity to perform is really like in the streets, unless you're already established and you can like put something together. I've seen like some bands where they're just like, "Oh yeah, I'll do a live stream," but like I don't know if I was like, "Oh hey guys, I'll do a live stream," like 2.5 people would watch. I wouldn't like get that much out of it.
2.5 person? I like that.
2.5. Yeah, I don't know, maybe like a child.
Person. That's not right. That's not right.
That's right. No, it's not. No, it's a guy with no legs. It's a guy with no arms and no legs on the floor. We call him Matt.
A nugget.
Oh no.
You guys are terrible.
Oh,
I don't know.
man.
I've been watching a lot of street performances lately. Like that's been my YouTube.
Like in
pick.
person? Oh, on YouTube?
No, it's like YouTube picks. I mean, there's a place here that always has street performers. It's called American Village, and every once in a while, whenever I'm around there, I'll go and check it out. It's pretty cool. They have like everything from like Japanese folk singers to like they have like military brats that'll show up with their guitars or keyboards and play a little bit, which is really cool. Full like bands, like big bands, you know, brass, everything. So pretty cool. There's a guy that shows up with his French horn and plays beautiful music. I really like that.
The French horn is one of my favorite instruments to hear. It's really nice, very melodic.
I was regularing this open mic. It was at a brewery. That word's so hard for me to say. It's downtown DeKalb. Byers Brewery. Go there. Anyhow, there was this guy named Howard. He always plays auto harp. He just sings and he just strums on this thing, right? And one time he did a full cover of Freebird all the way up to the solo. He didn't play the solo. I don't know how you would. It's just like this old hippie dude. Oh, yes.
Huh.
On the
That's
auto
so cool.
harp, interesting.
Damn, dude.
I like it.
I like seeing those people out though. Like I love seeing street performers. Like not I guess musician street performers. Like I don't really want to see somebody dance on the subway. I've seen enough of that. Oh my god. And sometimes I mean like you gotta know your audience, man. Like I was in Paris. We were coming back from something that was obviously not rememberable. But yeah, I got hard words too. I can't pronounce apparently. And this dude is cranking out. He has the drum on his back, right? He's got the tambourine or whatever in between his knees, and he's like got the accordion going, and he's fucking yelling, man. Some French song, I assume. And then he played what's that Kanye? No, not Kanye. N Bomb in Paris. What's that? Who
Oh, that's
song? He played that one.
Kendrick
and I was
Lamar,
like,
maybe?
what in the
No, I think
world?
that's Jay-Z and
Jay-Z.
I was
Yeah.
thinking Jay-Z too.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, yeah. So first he's playing some French song, and then he sees that there's like American foreigners, and he's like, "Ugh, I got a song for y'all." I was like super uncomfortable.
Wow.
He's like right in your face, and he's singing. Holy shit!
I'm just like having flashbacks to all the Weird Al I listened to growing up, the polka ones. Rock the cradle of love. Yeah. Dude, I just love music because it brings all the like fringy people out of the woodworks to like come have a good time. You know, you want to find the people that want to throw down and party. Like, go find some music.
Oh yeah. Have you did any street performing, Lane? Or Jed's got a harmonica. I've seen him play quite a bit. You busted that out on the
Oh
street?
yeah, I did that. I have one laying around here somewhere.
No, I don't think so. I gotta find mine. I put it away for packing. I'm sure it's around here somewhere.
I never street performed. I performed on stage once, and let me tell you, I chose a song that I thought I was comfortable and confident in playing.
It was Stairway, right? Didn't you do Stairway once?
Okay, so technically, yeah, I did Stairway to Heaven, killed it.
Wait,
That was
in
that
like
was
your
in high
English
school.
class or something, right?
Yeah, that was in high school.
Yeah.
But like, well, I guess what I'm saying is like a big crowd, right? Like like I was at a bar, right? It was open mic. The place was, I wouldn't say it was packed. There was a decent amount of people in there, right? And this was like 2018, and I got up on stage because I was like, hey man, whose guitar is that? I wanted to make sure I was touching an instrument that like they were like, okay, yeah, you go ahead, you can use it. And the dude's like, oh yeah, it's mine, my buddy Kiefer. And Kiefer's like, you play? You want to get up there? And I was like, oh man, I was drinking, and I looked over at my buddy who was also drinking, and my buddy Watts, and I was like, dude, I go up there and play. You want to play the drums? He's like, yeah, fuck yeah, dude. He's like, you go up there and play. I got you covered on drums. I was like, cool. And I was like, yo, Keith, we're gonna get up there and we're gonna play. He's like, all right, cool. I get up there. I play a song that I am 100% confident in. I could play it right now. I could kill it. And then I get up there and I'm like, all right, ready to play. I'm like, you ready, Watts? And then I like made a little disclosure to the audience. I was like, hey, this is my first live performance. Me and him had never practiced before. I know he plays drums. I know he's good. Let's kick it. And then we start off. I'm doing good. But then when it comes to the solo, I fuck it up completely, bro. And
What song is it?
Californication.
Oh yeah.
I'm so confident, dude, because it was like that's my shit, dude. That's like a warm up tune. That's like my like what Max said is 100% true. Your brain doesn't hear, or your Max, what did you say about like you don't hear
your ear and your mind kind of get disconnected when you fuck up sometimes.
Absolutely. And I didn't. Oh my god, I bombed. According to me, I have a video, but
dude, it's okay. John Frusciante definitely got too drunk and bombed a few performances too. So.
Yeah, broke a couple strings.
I think that's why everyone loves him, dude. That solo where he's like going off, and then like the string snaps, and he just like plays different shit and like just works like a fucking boss, dude.
Oh, dude, I'm so excited. He's back, Max.
He's back in Chili Peppers.
Yeah, dude. Like a year ago, he came back.
Okay.
And,
have they put out anything recently?
They're working on it. Because of COVID, I booked. So last year I booked for my birthday. They were gonna play in Venice, in Italy, and I booked it because number one, I'd never been to Italy. I've been to a lot of places, not Italy, and I always wanted to go. And it was on my birthday, and it was Chili Peppers. I was like, fuck yeah! No. I got front row seats, bro. Right up there, dude. And then COVID, they were like, nope, we're canceling. And I was like, I'm gonna go fucking. Like, well, that's great. Hopefully, you know, this shit blows over and we all go back to normal. But I fear that this is the new normal, and that way should not be a person.
I think we'll be seeing shows again in our lifetime, but I think it'll be at least several years, maybe at minimum 5. That's my guess. It's based off of my gut feeling and nothing else.
Guys, what are you talking about? The election's over. It's over now.
Yeah,
I watched the live stream of Chili Peppers. They played a performance whenever Tokyo was really low with COVID. Not too long ago, they were at I think it's like Fuji Fest or something.
Like that. Probably. Yeah, they like that one.
Yeah, they killed it. I just watched it like live stream. It was wonderful to actually see music being performed again. I was like, oh, this is amazing.
The other day I went for a run. It was like maybe like 6 or 7. I was go and do my thing. All of a sudden, I like walk through a neighborhood, and I'm like, oh shit, there's kids trick or treating and stuff. And like freaked me the fuck out because it's like, dude, I ain't seen this many people in public in like months.
Really?
Yeah.
So you got freaked out about it almost, like, oh shit.
A little bit, but it was
wrong,
like,
right?
it was like also like very like heartwarming just to see like, you know, like, hey, we still have a community here. People still love each other.
Good,
You know?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, the last concert I went to, well, I'll talk about the one I went to before that. The last one I went to was Between the Buried and Me, but the one before that was King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. Yeah, I mean, some shit, guys.
What?
They make like this really psychedelic rock music. They're from Australia. Check them out. They're really cool. One of my faves right now.
King
But,
Gizzard
Oh,
and the
they're from
Lizard.
Australia, so they got one of those didgeridoos.
Oh, they don't have a
They
didgeridoo.
don't. Didgeridoo.
Unfortunately, stereotype.
Mark, there's no holes on a didgeridoo. You just blow it different.
Oh,
Yeah.
My buddy has one. It's a lot of fun to play, but it's a lot of air.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, my buddy has literally a didgeridoo, and then like a goat horn that like they use a lot in like Jewish ceremonies. And I'm like, why are these the two instruments you have? He's like, I don't know, man. Nobody else has them. And I was like, all right, fair enough.
Anyway, at this concert, it was like, it wasn't a mosh pit per se, but like, you know, people were just like pushing around, jamming into each other, having a good time. At the end of the like hour and a half, 2 hour set they played, I like emerged from the crowd. I'm just like drenched in other people's sweat and stuff. And like, dude, looking back, that shit's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
Time. But
Yeah.
it's so fun.
oh my god. You want to hear about my last? Well, I don't know. There's like a lot of live houses here in Japan, which I love. That's so awesome. Especially because like there's a lot of live houses that are kind of like skewed to a certain genre of music. So there's scenes actually, you know, like a scene. They don't have those anymore, basically in the rest of the world. But like Koza Music Town, I'll go there sometimes. They have tons of live houses. Wonderful place. You get to see music from here, and then like people come from mainland, and then there'll be like people from like Taiwan show up every once in a while, and you know other Asian countries. Awesome. A lot of them sing in English, but they don't really speak a lot of English, which I think is kind of funny. But actual concert I seen was last year. Yeah, last year I went and seen Cross Faith. Yeah, Cross Faith. They're from like Osaka. They sing in English, and they've traveled like the world performing and everything. Awesome show, especially like with an Okinawan crowd because mainland is kind of like went more pop and everything, but like rock and roll hasn't died here in Okinawa at all mostly because of the Americans. And it was a great show, but I was like one of 3 foreigners that were there, and Japanese people are just tiny. There's no way around it. Like, so I was just this giant, just thrashing people in the mosh pit. Like, they would do the circle of death, and then it was like, throw it. There was a kid. I just like whipped him up above everybody because like he kept on like hitting me in the back, and I was like, well, you're done for. I like grab him by his belt loop, and I literally just toss him. He goes flying through the crowd. They catch him, and he's like, yeah. It was fucking sweet. They did the wall of death, and I think somebody died.
Well, it turned out to be a wall.
it was definitely a wall of death.
Yo, as somebody who lives in Japan, have you ever heard of the danger music scene?
I've heard of a lot of music scenes, but maybe I think of it as something else, or like I've heard a band around that.
When they call it danger music, they mean it like literally. So it's like all of these like noise bands that like basically their music is just like white noise and shit, kind of shit, and like
Jesus.
Like the whole point of danger music is that like being in the crowd is like literally dangerous. So like there's this one guy that like drove a fucking bulldozer through the wall of the venue at the beginning of the show. It just like burst through the wall, and it's like holy fucking shit. He did like $100,000 worth of property damage to the building.
Oh my god!
I don't think he was
that's
invited.
That's the thing about Japanese people. They go all out way too many times. Like you're like holy crap. So the Japanese version, I guess, of like Alice Cooper, Marilyn Manson kind of like shock rock, you know,
Mhm.
like performance rock, is this guy called like Duran Gray. It's like those things on steroids. It's ridiculous. Like I can't even. You can't find a lot of his videos most of the time because they're so graphic. I'm like, oh my god, and the things he talks about, oh Jesus. And then that's like, there's a whole bunch of bands around that genre of music that are like try to amp it up and push the
Mhm.
envelope so much more. There was some dude like cut himself on stage. There's blood everywhere, and he's like singing. I was like, oh my god. It's basically like Gigi Allen on steroids too. Yeah, it's like, oh god, damn.
I saw this interview with Eric Andre. It's a dude called Nardwar. He's from Canada. He does some good ones, but for some reason he just was like, I'm gonna make Eric Andre really uncomfortable. He's just like, so Eric, I hear you like Gigi Allen. What do you want to say about Gigi to the folks at home? He's like, what? He's like, I have a gift for you. Here's a fucking 100-page comic book about Gigi Allen. I hear you really like Gigi. He's just like going on. Like, Eric Andre's sitting there like, I don't know what to do. It's like, damn, somebody fucked with Eric Andre's head. I didn't think it was possible.
Peoria, Illinois was the first place Gigi Allen decided to throw or take a poop on stage, I guess, or like throw his poop in the crowd.
Yes.
So Peoria has that. Good job,
I like that.
Peoria.
And Richard Pryor.
Oh,
And-
they have Richard, yeah. And
Yeah, he was
ICP
born
ripped
there.
apart a cat on stage also in Peoria, and they have
Damn.
never been invited back.
I can't imagine why. Let's see. There's one other Japanese band I really like. I saw them live. It's called Boris. You ever heard of them? They're like
I maybe have. I've heard of a lot of things, so it gets lost in the mix, but
yeah, no worries.
Peoria, man.
Yeah.
That's
Peoria.
good place. Me and Max would go there to Guitar Center, and
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's where you got your Les Paul, right?
Dude, yes.
That hollow body one? That
Yeah.
guitar is sick.
It
That thing is awesome.
my first, well, I guess my first ever electric guitar is that's what it was. Nice hollow body. I still have it. It's at my grandma's in the States in Ohio. But good old Peoria,
Yeah.
Illinois.
It's a good guitar. I'm looking forward to you getting it back.
Actually, Peoria is where I went to my first concert. Actually, it was Saving Abel, Trip Rod, which was a local band, and then I want to say 3 Days Grace, but I think it was somebody else. But yeah, it was just some like kind of like a more of a metal scene. It was inside of like a basement, man. It was so loud. It really hurt my fucking ears. So I was standing like way in the back, and then some like all these drunk women kept coming up to me, and I had like my fro going on at the time because it was like early high school, and all these like old women came coming up to me like, oh my god, I love your hair. My son used to have hair just like this, and I'm like, fuck off, stop touching me, you fucking weird old lady.
Fuck.
And then afterwards, we're like walking through like the band had like Saving Abel had like t-shirts and stuff set up. They were signing stuff. I'm walking through, and the drummer, who's like straight bald, he's like, my hair does that exact same shit, man. And I was like, yep, it's pretty great. He's like, yeah, except the old women kept trying to touch it. And I'm like, that happened to me tonight. He's like, might be time to cut it, bud. And I'm like, nah.
I'm not gonna go bald. What am I?
Right?
Lane and
Yeah,
myself
so-
have seen a few different bands together, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry to interrupt.
Nice.
Here I am a guest, and I'm like taking the reins. We're talking about my shit, motherfucker.
Hey, man. Go ahead.
It's better than silence, I guess.
True.
But-
I could just be sitting here like,
Yeah.
oh. Yeah.
Jed, talking about his concert or whatever. My first concert was, was in Peoria. I went and seen Finger 11, and I can't remember who else was there. But I was like junior high age or whatever. Went with my aunt, and god damn, Finger 11 rocked a motherfucking house. I couldn't believe it because I was like, these kind of guys, they're like Canadian, I was like, I don't know, these guys really gonna jam out, But yeah, and that also brought me to my next conclusion. If a band does not play Brick in the Wall, they cannot jam out. They cannot rock the house. Because Brick in the Wall is a fucking tasty jam. And I've heard every concert that I went to, minus like maybe 4, so around 8 concerts, I guess. I've heard that song played. Like, damn.
You know what I hear a
Great
lot?
jam.
Simple Man. And it kind of gets annoying. They're like, oh, we're going to slow it down on this one. Gentlemen, grab your ladies. Ladies, hold on to your man. Like, fuck.
What do you guys think of like when some guy dies recently, or some lady or person, regardless.
Like Eddie.
Anyhow, right. So let's just say like, you go and see like, in a hypothetical universe where there is no pandemic and you can go see a concert in 2 days, right? And then you go see like, I don't know. Let's see, who's somebody that you could reasonably go see right now? Like the Flaming Lips are just a band, right? And they're like, all right, man, like, real sorry about Eddie, and so we're just gonna play one of his songs in tribute to him. Like, what do you think about when you see a concert and people do that, like pay tribute to somebody that recently died in that way? And like, I guess for me, I don't mind like hearing the songs, but like, I would just know, if I heard a Van Halen song, yeah, they're doing this for Eddie because he died recently.
Yeah, like there shouldn't be an announcement. Like they should just play it, and you should know it, so it's more organic. It's more like, I know why he's playing that. Like, you can look to your friend and be like, you know why he's playing that? Because fucking that's Eddie's song, and I feel like I'm fucking Big Mark right now. You know why he's playing that shit? That's fucking Eddie's song.
Legend, man. Legend. Yeah.
But
Well, like,
yeah.
I don't know. Some of it's pandering, like there's bands that aren't in that same genre, don't have the same respect for the man, and all of a sudden they're like, hey, let's get a little bit of this Eddie Van Halen clout off of his death of all things.
But then there's also stuff like, I have a lot of respect that like Trent Reznor, 9 Inch Nails, right? Like Johnny Cash died, and he did that cover of Heart that's like fucking amazing, right? He's just like, dude, like, I gotta give it to Johnny, like, that's the version. Like, like he did his own, he made it better. He made what I did better. That's a cool take to have on it.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, what do you think
Somebody would
about
have to
like?
copy my songs first.
Do you think that it kind of ruins maybe a song? Like, for instance, I'm gonna give you an example. Simon and Garfunkel, Sound of Silence. What do you think of Disturbed, or do you think of Simon and Garfunkel? Because I
hate that fucking cover. So don't.
Yes, they've almost ruined it. I'm like, have you heard the original? And they'll be like, yeah, man, Disturbed. I'm like, no, holy shit. Have you heard the fucking original, Simon and Garfunkel? They're like, no, I like this one. This is the good one. It's like, you haven't even heard the original, and you've already made a decision. Like, I feel like some bands can overcloud it to the point where it's their song. You know what I mean? Like,
All right, I'm stepping in.
All right.
I have heard the original. I have to say, Disturbed is better. Fight me on it. I dare you.
well, Jed, you're
Okay.
entitled to your own opinion.
Goddamn right
That's
I am.
fine.
America.
Well,
I didn't say your opinion was.
well,
I didn't say you had a good opinion.
Well, like half
but you're
of us are
entitled
in
to it.
America.
Yeah. Oh, you're lucky, you and your Second Amendment.
Yeah, like, I don't know what to tell you, dude. I'm kind of biased because I'm not a big Disturbed fan.
Well, see,
I
I'm not a huge Disturbed fan, but I have liked some of their stuff. And when they came out with that, and you actually got to hear the lead singer use his normal fucking voice, which was actually fucking gorgeous. It was nice.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. Like I obviously, I'm not gonna think of the Disturbed version whenever I think of that song at all. But
No.
I don't mind it. I always find it funny though, like, because Disturbed, Chicago. So I see people that used to perform. Oh, for instance, there's a man, drummer, quite older, in Sheffield. He would be playing sold out shows with some local band, and they would be opening for him and stuff like that. And like, I just see the transition of like how he got to see them become a big band. But I think that was cool, like, talking about that. And he also hates their cover, so I don't know how you feel about that.
But that said, I really love covers too. For the reason, like, I can even celebrate it in this Disturbed cover that I'm not the biggest fan of, right? Is like they did their own thing with it. They didn't just go like, okay, we're just gonna play acoustic guitars and phone it in and just do them. Like,
Yeah.
nah, they're like, okay, like how do we bring these musical ideas, these chords, these notes, these words, and put a whole new band context around it, right? Put the heavy distorted guitars on it and shit like that, but still encapsulate what it is that makes that music resonate with so many people to begin with. Like, covers are dope. I love it when people cover songs and then they jam on them too for a little while. And like,
Yeah.
You kind of just get like, you know,
Dude,
so
you know
much
what's
more.
one? You know what's a cover that like you can't really do your own rendition of, that whenever somebody plays it, it gets you going. It's kind of, it brings you
Happy
back
birthday
to
song. Yep.
fucking All Along the Watchtower. Anytime
Yeah.
and you can jam, dude. You can jam to that shit
Oh,
hard,
yeah.
like Dave Matthews or who's the young guy? John Mayer? No.
John Mayer.
Is it John Mayer?
Mayor John.
Young dude.
John Mayer is a big jammer.
Yeah. I think it is John Mayer. Dude, like, oh my god. And then of course Jimmy, like I didn't know the song from Dylan. I knew the song from Hendrix. So like that's kind of what I'm talking about when I like, you've done it so good that's who did the song. I didn't know this for years. I had been listening to Jimi Hendrix and I was like, dude, All Along the Watchtower, man, deep shit. And then someone was like, yeah, Dylan's did a damn good job with that. And I was like, what are you talking about? Like, I felt like one of those disturbed people. They're like, what are you talking about? Who's Simon Garfunkel? But like, and then I looked into Bob Dylan, started listening to his music, and but that's just one of the songs that like I could listen to a cover for like hours and just jam to it. I'll jam to it all the time.
That would be the dream, dude. For me, as like somebody who likes to write music, to write something, just one song that like sticks around in culture and comes back, and like, you know, it doesn't just connect with the people that want to listen to music, it connects with the people that want to make music too. Like, you know, that's how you know you got staying power. So when people know what they're doing, fuck with your shit.
Yeah, that's awesome. Talk. Okay, so you're talking about your missus is coming back with groceries. You were talking about like before that you shop off base quite a bit because you have like some better quality stuff and this, that, and the
For
other.
some things, yeah.
Do you guys buy like groceries to last like a week or two? Because here in Japan, like we don't really do that, and I don't know very many people that do that. Because like back whenever I was living in the States, like out in the country, like we'd buy like 3 weeks or 4 weeks worth of fucking groceries. We wouldn't go back for a long time, right? At least not for anything like that. But you know, here I maybe 2 days worth of groceries I'll get. Like, and everything's fresh all the time, and it would keep everything going. It's really nice. I have like a little garden every once in a while. Not right now because life happens, but like whenever I have my little garden, you know, I can go out, I pick a couple things, and I go like, okay, I need this, and this from the store, and I go, and that's my day. Like, I really like that, but is that what you guys are doing or no?
Yeah, pretty much. We look at basically every 2 or 3 days. We'll just assess what we have, and then we'll be like, all right, let's just go. We'll go every like 2 or 3 days, just because it's right there every day. It's so close, and like plus we eat a lot of fruit, like and spinach. Spinach goes bad so quick, it's kind of ridiculous. So like my spinach is always going bad, so I'm like, okay, I gotta go to the store and get spinach like every 2 days, because I eat like spinach and eggs. Spinach is good for you, dude. It's good for you.
It is.
Some things go really
like
bad.
All of it, or just like the little baby spinach, or you eat the stems?
The leaves. So I'll get the leaves in the package, and then I'll just throw the leaves on the skillet and pour olive oil on it, and just let it cook down. So then it actually looks like the canned spinach shit, and then it's, dude. It amazes me. You can cook spinach leaves down to like till they're nothing. They absorb so much, and when you cook, that like you can throw like 2 whole packages of spinach, and it'll cook down to like the size of a steak. Maybe, probably less. But yeah, like
Probably
You
a
could-
lot less.
Spinach gets fucking small, dude.
It's crazy
Yeah.
how small it gets. I'm like, damn, dude. I feel like I got robbed. I'm buying this big package and I go cook it, but yeah, I shop a lot. Shop frequently, just for fruits and shit. And our milk too. Our milk goes bad like pretty quick for some reason.
Yeah, same here.
Is it pasteurized?
Yes.
Okay. Like, I don't know. Unpasteurized milk goes bad pretty quick. When I was in
Oh,
Estonia, I was blown away by like the quality of the meat and the eggs. Like you get those eggs and they still got the chicken shit on them, and you're like, yeah, that's what I want.
That's the good
I
stuff.
have a video
yeah.
about me getting eggs on my YouTube channel. I have an egg vending machine I like to go to, and it's like all from local farmers, so they're like replaced every day. It's awesome.
Mhm.
Oh, there he
There he
goes.
goes.
He gets
There
one
he
trip,
goes.
boys. We have to
One trip.
talk to
One
him.
trip.
One trip.
So
all those
what's the
groceries.
name of your YouTube channel? I feel like it would be a good opportunity.
Mr.
to just say
Moxon.
that.
Yeah, Mr. Markson.
Mr. Markson.
I'm doing a lot of stuff here in Japan and can't really go out so much anymore. Like whenever I was going out, I was having a good old time, but COVID kind of kicked my butt on that. But yeah, I mean, if you want to check it out, it's nice. I like it.
Do you
watched,
upload
don't
do it
regularly? What's
for-
your schedule? Do you have a schedule, or is it just like whenever?
I had a schedule, but it's mostly been whenever because I've been busy with other stuff as of late and doing this now, and I really like this, so I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm
Also,
enjoying
I gotta
this one.
figure out how to edit my own videos, so I'm not that good of an editor. So my wife kind of takes over. She's like, "Hey, we can do this, this, and this," and she puts subtitles in there in Japanese.
Oh.
So like half my channel is Japanese people watching. So
Yeah,
That's cool.
I've watched every video, Mark. I'm a very loyal subscriber to you. I expect you to do the same on my channel.
And what's that channel?
Life of Jedediah. It's a very bad name. I gotta workshop that, find out a better thing to do. But yeah, no. So 2 videos you should definitely check out on Mark's channel is when he explores the Okinawa cave. It's just I love that video because I like watching Mark get excited about the cave because I also like caves. And the other one I recommend watching is the 100 Gyozo challenge that he just did for his 100 subscriber special. And I have a lot of questions about this one, Mark. First
All right.
off, what exactly is a gyozo? As somebody who's an American who doesn't eat a lot of Japanese food.
Oh, gyoza is like you go to Panda Express, they have those pot stickers. Same thing.
Oh, it's pot sticker. Okay, that's kind of what I
Yeah.
thought it was. Just like a dumpling
Yeah.
with like meat and stuff inside.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The ones I had, like, depending where you get them or like regional, you can always like put a twist on some sort of Asian food a lot of the time. I mean, you can do it with American food too. Like Texas barbecue, Tennessee barbecue, totally different, right?
Yeah.
So, but like what I had, as I had like some like standard like store packaged ones, right? So it was like garlic, so it was like maxed out with garlic, like rare pork, I guess like not rare, but like a special type of like pig, one, and then there was what was there? There was another one. It was like a lot of vegetables. I was like, oh yeah, this is awesome. And
Yeah,
I just got some in the mail that are like Hokkaido salmon. So that's my new thing, some fish.
Interesting. One thing that I was really disappointed in that you got down to like the last like 20 or so, and your sauces were looking really low, and I was like, well, he said that the one was just basically soy sauce with vinegar, and he said the one was vinegar with some spices, and the other one was just basically soy sauce. I was like, why don't you just combine all the sauces, get some kind of monster thing going on in there? But then
I thought about that too, and then I was like,
yeah,
I just gotta power through this. It was
Right.
killing me, man.
Yeah.
I was like
So-
sweating. I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna die.
So I did like how you kind of said that each one represented one of your subscribers. So I felt most connected to the last one. I was like, I am the 100th Gyozo.
Yeah, there we go. Even though you were like, I think you were like the 3rd person to subscribe to the channel.
No, I wasn't quite that early because you got to remember you were doing this for a while, and I was still under the impression that you didn't care about me at all because I'd been Facebook messaging you for years and you hadn't gotten back to me since you went to Japan because you fucking forgot your Facebook password. So I didn't even know about it until Kaidi hit me up on Instagram. I was like, hey, just so you know, Mark's been doing a YouTube channel. I was like, oh, yeah, well, he's been ghosting me for years, so fuck him. And she's like, oh, yeah, he forgot his Facebook password. I was like, oh, okay, I'll get back with Mark. And then we started Snapchatting.
Everything's been
like,
good since.
yeah, we had like a 100-day snap streak, and then we lost it on some bullshit when I was traveling back home, and now we're on like 40 or something again. Yeah. It's been good.
That's
I'm
pretty
glad we
nice.
reconnected, Mark.
Oh, speaking of that, did you like the chicken the other day? You didn't see it? You didn't see the chicken. Okay.
Did you just put up a new one?
No. This was yesterday. No, you seen it on Instagram, I guess. So I'm working the other day, doing some landscaping, removing some like tree stuff and cutting some grass, and come across a chicken. It's just out in the wild. Bam, there's a chicken. Took me by surprise because we don't have wild chickens here in Okinawa. So I think some farmer like dumped off a chicken or whatever. But chicken was super friendly. Followed me for a while, and I fed it some of my lunch. So it was pretty cool. I thought about feeding it chicken, and I was like, that's too mean.
Hey, you don't want to get social networked, man.
Yeah, sometimes they just eat each other their own accord anyway.
No, yeah,
They're
like chickens, like pigs are kind of cannibalistic.
They're just getting double packed with that chickeny flavor, dude. It's like a double stuffed Oreo, but better.
Yeah, fuck free range, fuck organically fed. I want chicken fed chicken, man. I want to taste the chicken in the chicken.
Do you ever think about, like, if you make a chicken omelet, you're literally taking a dead chicken carcass and wrapping it in dead baby chicken?
Yeah, so there's a donut. There used to be a shop down in Kenosha. It was called Mike's Donuts and Chicken. And we all said it wrong. We always said chicken and donuts, but it was actually donuts and chicken. But they had, like, those, like, gourmet donuts. And one of their sandwiches was called the before and after. And it was just, like a regular bun with a grilled chicken breast and then scrambled eggs and cheese. The before and after. And I didn't get it at first. And I was like, why is it called the before and after? They're like, well, before and then after.
Yeah. In Japan, they have something like that. It's like they take a chicken cutlet and they put like a half-cooked egg over top of it, and it's all over rice, and it's called like mother-child. So that's.
Do you think? Well, like, is it technically false advertising if it's not the same chicken that made the eggs?
Yeah, there we go. Maybe the Jews have it out right with all the kosher rules. They're not so cruel.
Trip, right? One trip?
What trip?
Yeah, it was one trip, dude. I don't even know why I needed to get help, but yeah, one trip.
Ooh, no, don't say that too loud, dude. You're gonna get in trouble.
What?
That's cool. The recording hasn't started until like now. So
Yeah, so
It's
Ray
okay.
was talking shit about his wife. Let's get more
Just
into
kind of
that.
like,
thanks,
yeah,
Ed.
yeah.
You're
Come
nuts.
on, it's not like Caitlin watches the videos anyway.
I mean, there's too many and it's too long. That's what she said.
Do it.
So,
Cool.
I mean,
know
I do these. We do these for people who are long road trips, or you need background noise, or you're genuinely interested. That's why I do these. Like sometimes I'll listen to them. I'll go back and I'll be like, we had a good conversation here. Yeah, we had a. So.
I think the best thing for
I got
podcasts
a little
is
drunk
like,
a couple times. I was like, I gotta figure out what I said.
like when you have like mindless stuff to do, right? Like when you gotta go like mow your lawn or like go buy groceries or shit. That's when I'm on a podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'll probably put on a JRE when I start like organizing my apartment later tonight because I'm still like moving in. I would put on hours, but for like I need to do topics for hours, so I can't like be like doing stuff and be like, wait a minute, I gotta write this one down. Hold on, and then get back to what I'm doing. Like I can't be doing that, so I'll probably put on like JRE or something.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
okay.
JRE is a good one.
Fuck, I need to get a new camera.
I do
Is
too.
there any other ones that you guys like? Because there's like a podcast for literally anything, right? Nowadays, everybody and their mother has a podcast.
Any other podcasts that I listen to Morning Invest, which is like it's more of like a financial economy type of podcast, but it does help me out a lot. It helps out with what's going on in the housing market and really just in general the economy. And it's really good. The guy he does a really good job. It's just a solo dude, and he just talks to you directly. Um,
Hmm.
but as far as any others, no, not really.
I don't
Yeah.
I've been
listen
wanting to
too
look
many.
into Star Talk for a while. That's like a Neil deGrasse Tyson one. So it's like really big science stuff. I haven't like listened to it yet, but I've heard of Star Talk, and I'm like, I kind of want to look into that because that sounds like something that, you know, they always say that you should have like 10 people, right? You should have like 10 people that's like your people, and you want to be the stupidest person among them. You want to be the one that's getting elevated by them. So if you're always associating with idiots, then you're going to be dragged
You're gonna be
down.
the
But
fifth idiot, right? You're
yeah,
gonna be the
exactly.
yeah.
But if you're always associating with highbrow characters, and like if having even if everybody I'm associated with is like on my level, except that 10th person is Neil deGrasse Tyson on this podcast, that's going to bring me up at least a little bit over time,
Well,
and that's
yeah.
good.
Mhm.
So like with Lane being on that finance podcast, it's the same thing. Is like he's learning more about his field every time he listens to that, and that brings him up a little bit, and that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. I listen to one called Ologies, and it's not just science. It's just like it's this lady. Her name's Allie Ward. And she just interviews like people that are researchers, right? People that are like pushing their field forward. It's just always interesting because like sometimes I listen to, I'm like, yeah, this is awesome. This person knows what they're talking about. And this and that. Sometimes I listen to it and I'm like, the fuck, no, but I kind of like that because that's how research works. Like you kind of have to be brave enough to go into the unknown and to be like humbled by that too, because sometimes you are wrong. I like
Yeah.
Yeah.
that. There's one about slugs where I learned that there's a species of sea slug that they like. The male will impregnate the woman, but first he'll shoot her with like a poison dart to sedate her. Why?
He's gonna roofie her.
Whoa, is this
But
is-
it's
did they
totally
call
like
did they nickname him Bill Cosby?
The Cosby Slug.
the Cosby Slug.
Slug?
Yo, that's my new band name, Cosby Slug.
There you go.
Thank you.
Oh my god. Well, you
There's a
guys
band
seem
called
like
Cosby
you're
Slug.
you're elevating yourselves, and I'm listening to comedians talk shit like Legion of Skanks and Cumtown. Some of the worst things I've ever heard anybody ever say, like ever. So
I don't know.
I mean,
I
it
don't
makes
know.
me feel better about
Cosby
myself.
Slug's good, but Legion of Skanks is a pretty good band name too.
That is a good band name.
That's a podcast. It's hilarious.
Oh man, I listened to this one podcast. I never listened to like it regularly, but I just heard this one episode. It's called like competitive erotic fan fiction. And so, like, the topic of this episode, they get a bunch of comedians together and they write erotic fan fiction, and it's in front of a live audience that like votes on which one they like the best. And the particular topic, this one was juggalos. Oh boy,
Oh my god. You
that
can
was
go-
some heavy shit.
There's already articles for days on that. I mean, most of it,
Oh, Violent
most of it
J.
revolves around Fago. I don't know.
Dude, you get so sticky if you had Fago in bed with you. That it has to have been done.
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, have you seen their concerts? They throw it everywhere. So
Sticky
there's-
Fago sex.
Ugh. God.
This one's
Oh,
caffeinated.
I've watched a couple episodes. I wouldn't say like I'm a regular watcher of any podcast really, but
Except ours. of
there's
course.
there's this one in Japan that's like all foreign guys. Most of the time they end up talking about anime, so I'm like, I'm off that subject. That's not my gig. That's not my deal. But like they'll bring in like people and talk about like really cool things, like art, like pottery. That was really awesome. Like this old Japanese guy's like been doing pottery since he was like 12, and like every day that's your life is like how to make the best teacup. Basically,
I
is,
think
like,
I've
what
seen
life
his
is.
Facebook videos. I think I've seen hours of those actually.
It's amazing. Like, and God, and then like there's this other guy that they brought on that was all talking about like just the beauty in like Japanese calligraphy writing, actually, like this kind of stuff,
Kanji.
and kanji, yes, kanji writing, and like how to like put more emotion into it, like what he does and stuff, and maybe you want to use a brush that's like difficult to like hold or something like that, and like what that'll do, and like how you can bring out by writing the word like, you know, I don't know, what's a thing that we can convey emotion out of, like love or
Anger.
like hate, yeah, something like that, and like how that will speak to somebody more and everything. The dude was like poetic in his, his speech, and he's like, yeah, I just, I did the standard like 12 years under somebody, like learning. And I was like, what?
Jed, I'm gonna fucking hit you in the face.
How you're in Germany, bro? But no,
I
actually,
will find a way. Who the fuck raises their hand? All right. First off, to the folks listening at home, Jed raised his hand. Oh my
Lane,
lord!
shut up. Max raised his hand.
I get to talk. Dope. All right.
No. Sorry, your time's up. Mark raised his hand.
Oh my lord! We're not playing this game. We're not playing this game.
Silence, chicken.
That's interesting, Mark. With the whole like your friend, I think it was Jed's friend, right, Carl? He was talking about musical painting or lyrically painting, and I thought that was very interesting. How you can paint with the music that you're doing, like if you use the words like, and the rain started to fall slowly, but then like you would put you would make your notes go like they're falling, like like it's rain falling, like it just matches with the lyrics. Like that kind of reminded me of what you were talking about with the way you can put emotion into your Japanese writing.
Yeah.
What's it called, Jed?
Kanji.
Kanji. Kanji.
It's like, I think there's over 5,000 characters, and over like half of them have more than one meaning. Like, it's ridiculous. Come on, Japan wasn't satisfied with one alphabet. They have 3, and then they also learn the Roman alphabet. So they're overachievers for sure.
Having an ancient culture sounds shitty as fuck.
I know. Fuck these people.
Get with the times. I think there's a limit to that shit though. Like reading into things too much. You know how like a teacher will be like, and the curtains were blue, and she'll be like, well, why were the curtains blue? It's like
they fucking were.
Yeah, because they were
were.
blue. Like, no, the curtains were blue because it's an emotional, it's a sadness. It was a sad time, so the author decided.
He ran out of red. That's why.
Oh my gosh.
Or I hate it when they do that in English class, where it's like, well, they use this word because it was used in this other book, and that's a reference. It's like,
yeah,
you don't own words, whores. Like, come on.
Exactly.
Yeah, like no shit. I was
These
in college.
word whores over here.
I like whores because like anyone can be a whore. It's all inclusive.
Yeah.
Well, maybe unless you have no genitalia. Or you're like physically crippled. Sorry.
well, you could still, whore it up some way. You could figure ways. I mean, nowadays there's a full variety of whores out there.
Right,
Use my ears.
There's an OnlyFans for you, trust me.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. There's somebody
with that thing.
what was I saying though? Oh yeah. I lost my train of thought. That's what I was thinking about. Shit.
I was talking about the blue curtains and how we read into things too much and interpretation.
Something I noticed, whenever they talk about like ancient, like tribal Japan, is they have this thing about like rope pottery, and they wanted to like really convey like, oh, they must have used this rope to like put this sort of meaning behind it. I was like, no, the rope left a pattern and it looked cool. Like, calm down. Like,
right? Yeah.
That was my outtake recently of that. It's like, God, this is ridiculous.
It's almost like you're just giving people like credit for being like so much more infinitely smarter than you ever are. It's sort of like, I feel like trying to analyze shit in that way, it sort of takes away the like approachability of art and stuff. Like, you know, it makes me feel like when I go write a book, like my book couldn't be as good as this guy's book because, like, you know, I didn't do all the dumb shit my English teacher is telling me is real, you know. And it's like,
Right.
yeah, sometimes a cigar is just a cigar. Sigmund Freud, right?
Exactly. Oh my god.
It's funny.
Cigars. Oh no, you said whores. Yeah, that's right. My
Oh,
my
dude,
brother.
horse.
An hour and 45 minutes. Topic: whores. Continue.
Don't worry. I'll put it there.
Greatest joke though. My brother, he was saying, God damn it. Whores are people that fuck everybody and you. Sluts are fuck everybody but you. That's his outtake of that. But whores are nice. I mean, you gotta have at least a handful of whores around, right? Like, you can't just go through life with no whores.
No whores. That's a depraved existence.
Or a muted microphone like Lane.
I noticed that last second, and like right before you said anything, I was like, "Yo, maybe Mark is not gonna catch this because it's always Mark." But I was gonna say they have so much knowledge all the time, right? Like you can get deep wisdom from them. Like they'll be like, "Honey, you gotta go with the flow and roll when you go." I don't know, like shit. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, she or he, whoever you're hanging out with,
Whatever your whore preference is that day.
Yeah, they've lived a lot.
Come on.
They've loved a lot. They can tell you things.
Yeah.
They'd
like
be like, hey, I took a shot in the mouth back in '93. Let me tell you, that changed my life. See this car? That's where I got this car. That's how I got this car. Let me tell you about the leather in this car. Stain resistant. Maximum. I have stains on my body. This car doesn't have stains on it.
Do you ever think about how an orgy and a gangbang are almost the same thing, but there's definitely a difference?
Yeah.
Right? Like, a gangbang is focused on one person. But, like, also, like, so if you got, like, 5 chicks and 1 dude, right, is that an orgy or a gangbang? Like, can you draw it that way?
Well, actually, yeah. That's a good question.
You know?
But, you get 5 dudes and 1 girl, that's definitely a gangbang because 90% of those guys are straight.
Most likely, unless there's, like, 2 dudes 69 off in this corner, like, then that puts you back into orgy territory. It's all about what you do.
Okay. I don't want anybody to read too much into this, but 2 guys 69ing is incredibly difficult.
Okay,
I'm not
Jed.
reading into that.
Wait a second, Jed.
I'm totally reading
made
into
a
that.
terrible argument this whole podcast about not being gay.
So hype, honestly. I would imagine.
Think about it. Think about it.
I'm trying not to think about it. Okay.
I'm trying not to. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't want to go down this path.
I always felt like if
it
I
just
was
doesn't
in
make
an orgy,
sense, okay? It just logistically it's hard to do that. This is easy, but this is really hard.
I'm done.
Well, I bet it's not so hard for Asian people.
It's hard regardless.
Okay.
I always figured like one of the
I'll give you
best
a golf
things about
clap for that
being
one.
part of like an orgy group would be like having alternating gangbang nights, right? Like, oh, it's Tuesday. That means we're gonna do Todd today, and then like, oh, Thursday rolls around. Hey, Georgette, like you're up.
Oh, Georgette. What if they just use a wheel right before they do it? They're just like, all right, we got a wheel.
Ooh, the orgy wheel.
Yep. That's when I come
We're
in on my
doing-
day off with a drill and some lead and just.
It's names on one side and acts on the other, right? So it's like, Todd. Push pop. What the fuck is that? Make it up.
We're going to the store and we're getting sticky.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Dude.
You
could
can
put
go
that
to the store and get sticky with that one.
I didn't think this was going to go this route today.
Man, boys, I have to say, so far our guests have been on point.
I came to fuck shit up.
Yeah.
And I guess I meant literally right now.
We've also had musicians, so I feel like I gotta bring another musician in before anything. I like this big brain theory on music.
Yo,
I'm
next
excited
week?
to get my buddy Austin on. My buddy Austin, he's over in Denver already doing space science shit. So I'm excited to get him on because he'll have some cool stuff to talk about. But he's like super busy right now with all that stuff. So once his stuff cools down, we'll try to get him on.
Yeah. Back to sock puppets. Anyways,
Yeah.
Max,
Sock
what's going
Yo,
on there?
I've never tried to have sex while wearing a sock puppet.
How would you wear it?
Oh my cock.
Of course, yeah, naturally. I just feel like there'd be a little bit too much friction there, you know?
Oh my god.
Jesus.
And like, would
Well,
you
where-
put
I feel like
your
you'd go
arm
with
over
an
the
ankle
sock
sock.
puppet or under the sock puppet?
Go with it. Socket.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe you just have her wear like a dam or something.
There you go. There you go.
Find somebody on birth control.
Hmm.
So, what do you think? Google eyes or Sharpie eyes?
Google.
Sure, Google.
Yeah,
No,
sure.
Google.
Yeah, I mean-
I'm gonna go
Googly eyes, yeah.
If you don't go googly eyed,
What are
And then
they?
you
Not
lose
even
one
commit.
in there. It's like, oh shit, we gotta get that out.
Dude, maybe that's my OnlyFans. The bed frame just has giant googly eyes on it, so when you're banging, they're just.
Yes. Going
Hey.
south.
you got one subscription. Hey, you already got one subscription right here, man.
Yeah, send me the bits. What are they called? Chatterbait coupons or whatever.
I couldn't say, man.
Uh,
I'm behind on that. I'm a bit
Yeah.
behind on that technology. That media, I should say.
Yeah,
Huh.
life, women taking over our souls. Me and Lane. I die a little bit every day.
I can't say anything live, but talk to you after the show.
Can't have shit recorded,
Oh,
but
shit.
there's stuff to talk about.
Max, where can we find your musical productions? Because
My musical productions. So I got my Bandcamp. That is bandcamp.com/Max. It might be Max-Boes. I should have looked that up. But anyway, if you go in on there, you look up Max Boes. That's me. I just released an album. It's called The Gone Are the Days of Yore. And it's just sort of like, the album's like kind of a reflection on kind of the period of like quarantine and lockdown in my life. And just those songs kind of came out of that time period where I had some free time. Just decided like, fuck, let's make some music, you know. So there's that. Check me out on SoundCloud. That's also Max Boes. I've got a bunch of like random shit on there. There's a lot more like electronic music. So if you're into that, I make some vaporwave and some just like more like dancier stuff like that. So that's cool. Got a lot of irons in the fire. Check me out, Max Boes. Find me on ResearchGate. You know, I'm a scientist too, so I'm trying to do that shit. Maybe I should have like, you know.
What
let's
is
see.
that?
What's ResearchGate?
Yeah,
ResearchGate is where you go to paste your science. So like the whole game of science is
Okay.
like publishing results, right? Because the most important part of the scientific process is communicating what you found out.
Right.
And so ResearchGate is a place for you to do that. And so let's see, what else do I do? Check me out on Instagram. Clicks. I post guitar videos and like art and just life stuff. You know, there's some cool drawings and stuff on there. So check me out.
Yeah, we'll put all that in the description so it's easy to find.
Cool.
Yeah, that'd be wonderful.
All your plugs will be there.
Sweet.
Yeah.
I think that's like the important stuff. So now what?
Yeah.
Is this when I plug myself? Like,
Yeah, Max, it was great talking with you, having you on and catching up. It's been a while,
Dude.
and we got to do this more often. I love
absolutely.
you, man.
It was a
And,
fucking joy to be here, dude. It was
yeah.
so much fun.
Good
That
podcast.
was-
Good
that was
podcast.
pretty damn-
Very good.
that was a riot.
Yeah, and for those listening back home, if you're interested in listening to Max's stuff, I'm going to plug it into the description. And Mark, Jed, thanks again for
Ooh.
joining us. And
Yo, I'm gonna give you guys some download codes for my music. You want to just like throw them in the description or whatever. People could go grab them if they want. Fucking free
Yeah.
music,
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
Exactly.
for sure.
There you go.
We urge you to
For
check
sure.
that out. I'm gonna probably book him a show, and it's gonna be in a shady bar and he won't even know he's doing it. He's just like, oh, I went for a drink. Somebody, and then, whoa, no, and it'll be great. Like I want to see
Somebody
that
roofied me, and now I'm here playing guitar.
Exactly.
Right, there you go.
Great. And we'll even have those listed below if we can find them. It has to be a surprise for him too. So we'll just see how that works.
We'll call it the Bill Cosby album.
The Bill Cosby album.
Cosby
Where am
slug.
I?
Track 1, wake up in a van. Track 2, oh no, what's that?
Track
Oh
3, why
my
am I
God.
here?
Why does it smell so?
Max,
weird?
do you have any of our stuff we made? Like, because we've made a lot of
It
live
was
jams.
the motherfucking Jesus Christ song. I remember that one.
Yeah, dude. Oh man.
Oh man, I should go dig it up and see if I can find anything.
For sure.
If not, when you come back stateside, we're definitely gonna hook up and jam.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know what I'm saying?
For sure. I'm gonna try to do an outro with one of your songs, if
What?
that is
Do
cool
it.
with you for this video.
Yeah, you can use my stuff. That's
Awesome.
what it's there for.
Excellent.
Warlock.
All right.
Warlock the MILF melter.
More luck. Okay. Alrighty. Well, thanks again, guys, back home, for listening. Like and subscribe, as always. Mark, Jed, thanks for being here. And Max, thank you especially. You've been a great guest. And hope to catch up soon.
Yeah, and in case anybody doesn't know where the subscribe button is, it's the red one under the video. It says subscribe. Make sure you click that. The thumbs up button, it looks like a
Look how
thumbs up.
serious he
Click
is.
that too. Make sure
He's
it's
up-
nice and blue and red. I mean, not
He's up
blue.
in the camera.
Blue. Blue, okay? Blue. Thumbs up. Click
We
it.
should all get serious.
And under the video, there's a comment section. Go to the comment section, type some shit in. Let us know what you want to hear about. Let us know what you liked about the video. Talk to us. Let's have this be a conversation. I don't want to be talking to you. I'm not giving lectures up here. I'm not a professor. I'm just a dude talking to you. Talk back. Talk to me. Talk to us. I love you.
Yo, and you know I'm gonna be trolling all the climate takes, so go ahead and lay it on
Yeah,
me.
he's going to be in the comments.
Dude, I'm gonna be in the comments. I'm ready to fight motherfuckers, alright?
Let's do this.
Get the
All
piss
right.
out.
Hey, climate change isn't real. No, I'm just kidding.
All right.